Hello, comrades, and welcome to episode number 220 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of November 18th, 2023. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me, I have TJ Sakosio, Aiden Jensen, and Tyler L. This is a fairly typical lineup at this point. We also have rejoining us as guest Brian Harrison. Welcome back.
Hello, I'm still recovering from bronchitis, but I'm doing much better.
Yeah, that's you don't sound like you're like chewing steel wool, so that's an improvement.
Chomp, chomp, chomp,
Um,
I might end up having a coughing fit at some point, though. So
hopefully Discord noise suppression will catch you. Um, I've always been bummed by Discord noise suppression's ability to block out the large sensor button that I used to keep on my desk. It just wouldn't sound like anything. So I stopped keeping it there because what was the point? Anyway, I don't really remember how we're supposed to start the show or how everything goes on because it's been a couple months since we've made a proper episode, but I'm glad that we are here today making one, and the train will terminate at this station.
We are in Flagstaff, Arizona on the BNSF transcontinental route. So we'll see shenanigans beget shenanigans.
This is not BNSF's only transcontinental
Shenana
route.
Gevos on stacks.
Yeah, they should have abandoned all of the other transcon routes and give them to me.
Give them to you. I am become
Hello?
East Rail.
I love
Yeah,
how
I'm
they're
finally becoming
Owner of
name.
the Great Northern.
look at all that traffic just ignoring whatever signage or laws there are there and just stopping on the tracks.
To be fair, there is a traffic light right there.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
like,
but
right.
shouldn't there be
Don't-
signage
don't
saying "Don't
stop
stop on the track"?
on the tracks. You
There are
scrubs.
signs, but like it's. I will be honest, that road is a mess,
Yeah,
and it's going to be even
it sure
more
looks like
when
it.
they do more work around here.
Thank goodness our good friend O'Gillies is doing traffic engineering.
Yeah, so you can fix
Yeah.
this by getting rid of all of the roads.
Yes, that you can't have traffic engineering, or you can't have traffic if there are no cars. Taps forehead.
Exactly.
Actually, that's
if you're a
you know,
traffic
it's
engineer and you take
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
if you're a traffic engineer and you get rid of the traffic, that just makes you an engineer,
Yeah.
and that's more fun.
Well,
Engineer gaming.
anyway, some
Building
engineers
a
did not
century.
have fun over the course of this past couple weeks. We have a few entries on the Class 1 mental responsibility. The first one was back on. These were all in like the span of a few days in November, or in the past week or so. The first one was actually November 10th, where a truck burst into flames after crashing near the train tracks in Memphis, classic Memphis, at the intersection
My
of
name
Southern
is
and
Memphis,
Hollywood.
Tennessee.
I don't know
And
if
I'm
the
part
truck.
lizard.
I mean, I assume the truck caught fire because it was flattened by a train, which it does look like it is stuck under a train. But we don't really have any context for that one. That same day, there was a roving chemical leak. There was a chemical leak on a Union Pacific train. I don't know if the train was moving at the time. It made it sound like it was initially. So there was a chemical leak, and then they stopped the train, and then it was sitting there for a while. And then apparently they determined that the water-based solution was eco-friendly and not hazardous. So then they, I assume, just carried on with the leaky train car. Sort of like that grain car. 2 days after that, we had our first from BNSF. So that was NS and UP. Which was a real messy wreck. A lot of tank cars everywhere. 78 were on the train, 8 derailed, and remained upright while 7 cars tipped over or rolled. they were empty, while others carried diesel fuel or magnesium.
Oh no,
Delicious.
Yeah, that's arrested
That's
like you
not
have made a
good.
large bomb.
Congrats, you've accidentally made napalm.
Um,
that's really
16
not
cars
good.
that derailed. It effed with the California Zephyr, because of course it did. It's funny that it's like, this is also part of the route that would have been taken by the proposed Uinta Basin Railway crude oil train. Just gotta plug that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wrecked. It made a mess. It wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been, because there was no, like, giant fire and explosion. In fact, it doesn't look like there was any explosion, or really, as far as I can tell, any leakage at all.
How the hell?
Which is just a testament to how these new cars are built, I guess. You know, the
What's it
super...
got magnesium on it? How did it not like explode?
Well, it's
It
magnesium,
didn't
not
have explosion.
nitroglycerin.
Well, like not
It's
explode, but
magnesium,
like
not
catch
all.
fire spectacularly.
Oh, I'm sure it would have... If it caught fire at all, I'm sure it would have been spectacular, and then it would have had my vote for best wreck, absolutely. This one, though, is a little bit more gruesome. Warning for everyone for a little bit of squick. Fire officials told News 3 a train ran over a man's foot and severed it.
How? What? How? Why?
Foot was in the wrong spot. Now that man has only one foot. That was Norfolk Southern, by the way. I don't really
he has
know.
half a foot.
I don't know any more details. I don't need to know more details.
He has 1.5 feet.
I
Yeah.
feel like he has slightly less than half a foot.
Well, it did say in half.
Goodbye, little foot.
Okay, but like, I feel like it didn't sever it in half. I feel like it's just a
Okay,
way to
all
put it
right.
in half
You know what?
then.
I don't need to think about this any more than I'm thinking about it right now.
Moving on to the next
Yeah, no,
wreck,
can
which
we
is probably the
get
best.
away from this? A collision between Norfolk Southern and CSX trains led to a derailment and fire this morning. Yeah, so this one has my vote because we got some train-on-train violence.
Also double mantle,
Yeah.
and it's actually got fire.
It does. There's fire, there's cars on the ground, there's 2 railroads involved. It's at CSX Howell's Yard. I attributed this to NS because of the way the headline is. It says NS train hits CSX train. So that seems like NS was the instigator there.
Whose fault is it anyway?
Yeah. So
It's,
this...
it's almost a little reminiscent of that wreck I found on Google Maps in an NS yard.
I mean, it looks a little less chaotic than the thing that you saw, but I also am realizing we do not have the cargoes right now, and I need to go make the cargoes document. So,
Damn.
while I do that, you guys can discuss your votes, because mine goes to this. Absolutely.
As is mine.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but that guy's foot.
I knew you were going to make an excuse to talk about that guy's foot.
Okay, but consider the following, East.
Hold up, does that mean you can become a really good NFL kicker? I knew Alex was gonna laugh at that one.
Wow, I didn't expect to think about that today.
I only know hockey and motorsports.
Oh
I'm
my god, there was a
completely
dude who
out of
had
the groove.
like half a foot, and he was an incredible kicker because of it.
Voting for
Oh.
corporate espionage.
I'm also gonna vote for corporate espionage.
Yeah. We got the train-on-train violence is what people don't talk about in this world.
Is that unanimous?
It is unanimous. We have no dissenters. I'll take that. I'll take a unanimous thing. The mantle still rests with Canadian National, for those curious.
Which is surprising to me, considering it's generally the lesser of the 2 Canadian roads.
CPKC is still working through its teething troubles, I guess, but they still haven't
Growing
wrecked
pains.
since the beginning of October. Same with CSX. And if you guys in the audience,
CSX, really?
yeah, CSX last one was October.
Okay,
5th.
let me tell you guys something. CSX has actually like genuinely been like improving its stuff.
Yeah, they're doing it here too, East. I don't know. I mean, I know you have something on the, or you've been talking about the Homestead sub a lot.
No, but even outside of the homestead, it's like just a whole general like management and everything like that. Like they've been going on a pretty decent safety like
I
So the ghost of E. Hunter Harrison has finally moved on to the afterlife.
yeah.
Yeah, they've also been doing a lot of infrastructure stuff. Like up here, they're finally redoing the Framingham to Ayer section of their line to support the new traffic that they said they were going to build like years ago
Yep. Well, it's going to be the stuff that's got to come. It's going to be
from
22 and
Selkirk.
23K, is what it is.
Well, it's going to be
Um,
pretty much every. It's going to be most. I'm pretty sure it's going to be most of the things traveling west to east across Massachusetts,
Yeah.
or both ways. But
Oh, but
I
the
heard-
B&A is too congested. We can't put another Amtrak train there. We've got to put the Lakeshore Limited in the hole for 3 hours.
Okay,
No,
I was
'cause,
about
like,
to bring up.
as I was
Hopefully,
about to
this
say-
good reputation of theirs carries over to their relationship with Amtrak, because I
I doubt
Nope.
that.
Oh,
No, but I
Well,
was
it's so
gonna say,
funny
like,
because sorry, go ahead.
there was a story that like of this past week of where like the CEO was like doing a tour of all the yards to make sure everything's like okay, and as the CEO walks in, he hears over the loudspeaker, "Fuck, we're on the ground," and then the guy in the yard tower just looks over to the CEO, is like, "Hi,
hi.
Happy Monday.
happy Monday."
Yeah, up here,
hate Mondays.
they're like studying to do Springfield to Boston train service, like more of it.
Yeah, well, we
Uh,
have this article that is entitled "Compass Rail" that covers, I think, what you're going to talk about. I'll put it in
I
the
swear
cargo
to
stuff,
God,
yeah.
they stole my name.
But yeah, please elaborate, TJ.
Well, what I was going to say is that hopefully these infrastructure projects that are being undertaken by CSX, hopefully the government can be like, hey, while you're at it, we want to do more passenger trains. So put another siding in here, or put in a space for this here or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
Hopefully it's just like I think the momentum is good right now from CSX in this region specifically for something like that to happen. To be like, well, you're already doing it. I mean, you might as well do this too. And in the same vein as that, I saw the Worcester Union Station new platforms and stuff.
Oh,
I was on 290 and I hadn't been really looking over, but like the elevator shafts and like the overpasses are built now.
hmm.
And the platform is way longer. Way, way, way longer.
That's good.
Yeah, so now there's a overpass slash elevator for pedestrians to go from track to track on one side of 290 where the original Union Station is, and then there's another one on the other side of 290, which is like a 7-lane interstate that cut Worcester in half. So like they've probably expanded the platform like like 2 or 3 cars at least,
Yeah.
which is good. I know they want to expand. They want because now they're able to do like more. I think they said they're able to like double the capacity of passenger service at Union Station in Worcester now.
I mean, they only had one platform before, and that's
Exactly. Yes.
that's the thing. And I totally forgot that last time we were there, they had a temp platform set up.
The temp platform is still there.
Well, I'm sure it is because they're still working on the new ones.
Yeah.
But that part had totally skipped my mind. I guess, yeah, the last time that I went to Union Station was with you and O'Gillies, and then the time before that would have been when I was picking up Jader for Apollo.
Yeah.
And I didn't like go in the station then, I just pulled up out front. So yeah, that station's a really interesting place. This article also talks about new passenger platform or rebuilding passenger platforms and elevators in Union Station in Springfield, which
Yeah.
that place is
It's dingy, that place.
it needs some attention. We'll just say that.
Well, maybe the new casino can do something, you know?
The what?
Put up some. Isn't there a new casino in Springfield or fairly new?
I wouldn't know.
There's like an MGM Grand Springfield now. So
Interesting.
they should, promote gambling a little bit, raise some money.
Apparently, the Compass Rail is about going north-south, like along the Connecticut River. Also, passenger rail west to Albany, which I would have loved that while I was in school. Maybe we've got a friend out there. Maybe he'd be able to make use of that in the future. And then a new siding in Grafton approving efficiency of the freight interchange with the G and U, which is always cool.
Oh, yeah.
Support your local short lines.
I always forget they exist.
I can't forget they exist because they run in the backyard of Gloria's mom's apartment, basically.
Yeah.
You should set up a rail cam outside of Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much would Virtual Railfan pay Gloria's mom?
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to, cross the tracks to get over there. It's a neat little railroad. I'd love to railfan it someday. But I personally haven't done much in the, railfanning sphere.
Yeah.
I did go to Pittsburgh last weekend, and there's no shortage of trains there. Got to ride their light rail system, their trolley system, which is Pennsylvania trolley gauge, like the 5 foot and whatever. Yes.
Standard gauge
Couldn't
under
really
Penn
tell.
Western.
Yeah, couldn't really tell the difference while I was there, and I had to look it up afterward. But it's a really neat system. It's pretty small. It's pretty limited, but all of the railroads that go through Pittsburgh are just like engineering feats. I went to that one very famous spot in the park with the 4-track trench. If I sent a picture of it, you guys would know exactly what I'm talking about. And I met some other rail fans there, which was kind of neat. Just sat, chatted, watched trains for like an hour. It was a really good trip. I wish I could have taken the train, but we will be getting a second daily Pennsylvanian to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So that'll help a little bit in the not so distant future. I think we had an article on that too, but I can't find it.
I just found something very cool.
What's that?
And because I guess it's a talking section. I just found a section in Japan where 2 standard gauge tracks cross alongside 2 Cape gauge tracks at a level grade crossing.
Well, that's cool. Have you done anything in the field, so to speak, with railroading?
Yes, actually, I have.
How's your museum doing?
It's existing. I can't talk about anything there yet, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Confidential information.
yeah. Sorry, it's I don't mean to break your
It's
NDA.
classified.
Yeah. However, I can talk about. Need to send that to not Kevon's link though. Thomas podcast. Yeah, I want to make sure I don't send it in the news chat.
You do, yeah. It's news chat. No.
Yeah. I saw some hopper cars.
What is this? What is this? This is very nicely done graffiti artwork. Did you do this, East?
I did not do this, no, but I know the person who did it.
Oh, okay.
I think I know who did it.
You more than likely don't know who did
Yeah,
it
I love this.
Okay, but why does one of them say SBD?
because Seaboard. But
Yeah.
it's not someone named Seaboard. That's just their tag. They don't go by Seaboard anywhere. It's just what their tag is.
I think it's. Have you ever seen Seaboard and Seaboard in the same place?
Real.
I haven't seen Seaboard not painting on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's true.
I also went to my club. They hosted a meet this week, and I ran the Mango
Change the
Gospels.
subject.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna need to hold on. I need to take care of something really quick. Go on a horseman discussion at Seebs. Be careful. The FBI are on their way to your house right now.
You know what? I have.
It'll be
I
like a
have.
week.
I have probably the funniest screenshot I just found in my phone to back this up.
So,
Is it the FBI?
Check Terminus podcast.
What?
Alright, I'm not gonna show that on the. That's not going on the screen.
You may
Great
recognize that as a plotline for horror.
you get to my ET39.
Is
I
this
found a trench on Google Maps.
is this
Wow.
is this HO scale?
Yes, this is. Well, no, technically it's J scale,
J scale. What is
but yes,
J
it's
scale?
HO.
How is
It's 1 in 80.
It's
Okay.
like 00 scale, where it runs on HO track, but it's a different scale.
It just the
To
way
compensate for it being Cape gauge.
the rails and things look, it looks very different than HO, even though it is the same physical size.
Yeah.
It's an HO layout.
It is an HO layout with the Bufame.
It's just that
Bufame.
it looks like an American train, but it's actually just an upsized Japanese train.
I mean, to be fair,
Like,
those
size-wise.
coaches are the exact same as size as like American heavyweights. So like, it's not like really upscaled. It's the same size as an American engine.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but in
wouldn't it-
real life it wouldn't be.
yeah,
why
yeah.
it's-
That's yeah. I was about to say, but wait.
But wait, there's more.
It should be
One of these
smaller.
days I'm gonna get that as a play rail thing. To go
Uh,
with my
Oh,
C57
also
and
Jesus waved to me.
C57.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Glad.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
There's Jesus.
There's Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I ran the C62 at the. Oh, actually, no, I did actually do some actual proper rail fanning.
What's that?
That's right. I saw a actually kind of elusive FEC train. All EMD,
Ooh, all EMD.
Oops, on EMD.
which is not something you really get anywhere anymore.
No EMD, just LNG.
Yeah.
And 3 different liveries too, I think.
Yes, 3 different liveries.
Wear a hurricane logo.
That
Mango
is,
goggle.
I don't know if I mentioned this on a podcast yet, but that is my favorite part about the Berkshire and Eastern so far, is that there's just like a mishmash of power from everywhere.
I need to go out and rail fan the B&E. Need to get
I keep,
O'Gillies
like-
here. He'd know what to do.
I
Same
keep saying
vibe
like
as
that's the
the
only train thing I
Tango
did,
de
and then I
Niro
continue
or
to scroll down my camera and find more train things I did that I forgot.
Well, I do want to make sure that Tyler and Brian get a chance to talk
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they
they can
actually
go.
wrote stuff down.
Yeah.
So, well, although
All right.
Tyler wrote
okay.
College Bleh.
So sorry to interrupt again. O'Gillies is going to the Flagstaff game.
Oh God,
Oh boy.
O'Gillies real?
I don't believe it.
He's going to take the
Alright.
camera and bring it back to his house and can see his home address.
O'Gillies, whatever you do, if you can hear me, don't shake the camera. Don't do
Oh,
it.
you should-
No, he's
No,
shaking.
he's actually just gone out to use the Allstate over there. He's gotta make a run to his bank.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, not bank. Insurance?
Yes, the
I
car
I
insurance. The
forgot.
car
What's
insurance store.
Allstate?
Yeah, it's the hand store.
The good hand store.
Yeah.
I know the company name and I know it has something to do with money. I just forget what it is.
No, it is insurance.
It's insurance, isn't it? Right?
yeah.
I literally said, yes, the car insurance store.
Well,
Yes. Sorry, I did not hear.
Yes.
also,
directions.
TJ, you expect people to take you seriously at this point?
I mean, I did say car insurance.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, no, obviously that's the first line you should have never said. Because
Yeah.
we've been trying to contact you, but your car's extended.
Hey, look, somebody's
There you
actually
go.
following the rules
There you go.
and stopping before the crossing.
No, I think they should drive out into the crossing, stall their car on track 2.
Never mind, somebody else isn't.
I'll take
We're
credit
not going to
for
go
Wait,
back
no.
to that incident a few months ago.
I'll take credit for putting that ball in the air so that East could hit it. But Tyler, what did you do aside from college play?
I went down to Chandler and saw this. On top of a bunch of other stuff, but
Oh, this not it's the thing above. It's the thing above the crossing that East posted.
yes.
Yeah, Tyler went to Japan and saw this.
I was gonna
crossing.
say, I was like, Tyler, I didn't know there was Cape Gauge near you. These are pieces
you
of a
know-
locomotive. It would look like.
Yes.
You know the
These
PRO
are
had
pieces
KP.
that are slowly going back together of Rattlesnake.
What is rattlesnake?
It is a 20-inch gauge Porter built in like 1897.
Okay, 20-inch gauge. Huh?
So, yeah, baby gauge.
Also, that smoke box is a little oofed.
Yeah, you see, this thing has been disassembled in a field out in eastern Arizona for like 30-something years. Until they started like grabbing the pieces a few years ago and were just like, hey, this is ours now.
Okay. They just
Um,
went out there and took it.
Well,
They got it one
museum
piece at a
that
time.
had it before was
It
just kind
didn't
of
cost
like,
them a dime.
yeah. Well, it was, I forget, Museum of Discovery, I believe it was, Stafford. Just did not have the people for it, and they're just like, yeah, well, doesn't fit into our plans.
Damn, if only Fred
Have
Kepner
fun.
had thought that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, then maybe the Valley Railroad wouldn't have had to fight over a locomotive.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
Well,
Actually,
we
no,
got to it.
covered
That
Oh,
was
we did that
last
last
episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Valley Line, Brian.
Hi, I got to experience the Valley Line firsthand. I actually didn't know it was open until like the night of the day it opened. I saw something on the internet about it. I'm like, holy crap, it's open already? What?
For the
So
record,
I
this
just
is not
had
the
to go.
Valley
Can you-
Railroad. What is the
I
Valley
was
Line?
going to say, can you clarify what?
The Edmonton Transit System Valley Line light rail, which unlike the other light rail lines in the city, is a tram.
Tram good.
What are the other ones?
The other ones are like conventional light rail, like you'd see in. I'm struggling to think of an example because
Like, right,
all
you're
the
talking
all
like-
the ones I can think of in the U.S. are low floor, and these are high floor.
I think hold on,
Like Baltimore Light
Am I
Rail?
like missing a picture or
like
something?
Cleveland.
I haven't posted
No, they're
any
low
pictures
floor
because
as well.
the problem is most of my stuff was taken in videos. I don't have any picture. I don't have many, if any, pictures.
Yeah, well, it's
So-
just like a, yeah, it's a different sort of thing. It's a high floor trolley. It's not
At some
something
point, At some point, I might make a YouTube video about it. But like this weird sort of thing was happening because on my way back, I actually walked most of the way along the line instead of taking a tram on the way back the whole way. And often I'd come across these scenes where, like, if you didn't see signs or cars or anything, yeah, that's one of the trams they have. If you didn't see signs or anything, you would think that this wasn't Edmonton. Like, I took this photo, and like looking at it, I don't see Edmonton here. I see like Melbourne, Australia. For some reason, it's not sending. What the hell?
That
Or is it
actually
just
says
stuck?
off the tracks.
Yeah,
No, it's off the racks.
off the racks. I was gonna mention that as well. Also, 55. Oh wait, that's kilometers per hour. I was very impressed for a minute.
Oh, a double sent. Great, fantastic.
Well, here's Australia, Melbourne, Canada. But
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
like
what
I,
said it was.
I see that it is median running here. It's it's neat stuff.
Yeah. Also, like, funnily enough, while out and about looking at trams and wanting to see train stuff, I randomly come across other interesting or weird and wacky stuff. Like, well, on the same walk, not long after I took this photo, that
Oh,
reminded me
Chili's
of
is on the
Melbourne.
cam.
Oh!
Let's
Hi,
go!
Chili's.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Not long after I like saw this scene that reminded me of Melbourne, I also saw a Red Bull Mini and
This
also
is-
a K-truck.
This is wonderful.
Oh, I love those little things.
Yeah. Other than that, a lot of other stuff has happened. A little while ago, while I was out and about in my town, I saw something insane. A freight train was passing by, and I caught some video of it. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a good shot, but there was this green boxcar that passed by, and I had to do a double take, because the reporting mark on the side read COER, Crab Orchard and Egyptian Railway,
Oh, that's cool.
Ultra Foam. Like maximum foamer moment. That I flipped out on the spot.
That's like that's a hell of a catch. When I was in Pittsburgh, I was just sort of looking at the reporting marks of all the stuff that went by, because when you're staring at the side of a manifest or a tank train that's just going on and on and on, it's like, okay, what entertainment am I going to get out of this? And it's I was trying to pick out reporting marks that I recognized. I saw some WRWK stuff on a local.
I was gonna say, I love seeing the Warwick Railway stuff everywhere.
It's funny at how ubiquitous it is. It was a couple WRWK. Oh shoot, what were they? They were coil cars,
Huh.
which I thought was neat. You have something in here about models. We're a little over. We're at time for the segment, but you have something in here about models. And TJ, I wish you had talked a little bit about your adventures, even if they weren't doing. Even if you get the wrong power supply today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll save it for next time.
Okay.
Unless Brian,
Yeah, as for-
Brian, are you going to talk about yours or no?
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly add on these because I don't remember whether or not I got these before or after I was last on the podcast, and maybe I discussed them last time and I forgot. Uh, it was a while ago. Last time I went to the Great Empty Mile Train Show, but I picked up my second ever British Dude, that being
Ooh.
a red Ginty, and I got a Zappy Boy, a PCC car in I believe that's Chicago livery if I remember correctly.
Is that motorized?
Yep.
Oh, that's really
it's
cool.
motorized.
Want one of
It
those.
runs rather badly though, so it's probably going to need a like probably a cleanup or reassembly or something. But the Ginty runs really well, and I'm glad about that because now I can actually run my British coaches without having to spend money out the wazoo for a replacement motor for my Duchess because it's still burnt out.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of a bummer, but this thing is very cute. It has that. It's got that Belpaire moment. Is there like a tour group going through on the camera? Is that a school tour?
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, because there were people earlier that walked by after O'Gillies, and I was very confused on what they were.
It's the Tordeo Gillies.
Tortilla chips.
And here we see a
Sometimes they have
Foamer.
events in the parking lot.
Oh, I saw somebody go into vents.
Yeah, it was Taki jumping in and out of the vent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I can spend, like, 2 minutes if that's okay.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
forgot to
perfectly
mention that
fine.
I
We,
was-
we got to set up for the next thing anyway. So
I forgot to mention...
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
carry on.
Okay. I forgot to mention that last night I was in an abandoned... Well, I guess it's not abandoned, but a former Union Station at a wedding.
Ooh.
Oh, did you take
Um,
pictures?
No, I didn't. I always forget to take pictures. I'm so bad at that. But I was
was
in
it?
I was in Northampton, Mass, which is basically Western Mass, just north of Amherst.
Oh my god!
Um,
It just clicked. It just clicked because the New Haven Northampton was one of the major players in the saga of Turner's Falls. I was like, why do I know Northampton?
Oh.
Why do I know Northampton? I'm so bummed that video isn't out yet. I know Heist's got a lot on his plate, but that video isn't out yet. Otherwise, I would be like, oh man, Northampton's. It should be a familiar term to plenty of foamers.
I've got it
Um,
on Google Maps. Tell me where in the city it is.
It's right by the train tracks where the Amtrak station is.
Amtrak.
There should be like a
where-
little.
Oh.
At least when I look on Google Maps, there's a little pin for it for the Amtrak
Oh, is it the
station.
triangular looking one with the junction? Or the former junction?
Let me. I mean, I'm gonna have to
Time.
pull it up.
Now we're all
Maps.
going to
Looks
Google
like-
Maps.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
Google
an
Maps
old
party.
rail trail there.
Well, yeah. So there's a bike path on one side and the and the Amtrak line on the other side, and then in the middle there's the station.
Oh, I see it.
And
Oh,
now
it's cool.
Now it's a banquet hall.
Cool.
And it's very, very nice on the inside. They've done a lot of, I don't know if it's redecoration or just like restoration, but it looks like period in there.
Oh, this looks
And-
great.
One cool thing about it, I think, I don't know who did the expansion, but they've expanded around the outside of the original station as it looks, because you go into this thing called the Roosevelt Room,
Hmm.
and there's like a wall with windows, and you're like, oh, that must be like the original outside of the station.
Yeah.
Because there's like a metal hook that looks like it would be for mail or something.
That's
Um,
interesting.
But yeah, they also have a cool bar. Apparently, there was a tunnel there too. I don't know for what, maybe like a streetcar line or something. But now there's a bar called the Tunnel Bar, and it's in the actual tunnel.
That's really neat.
Like the entrance to the bar is the tunnel portal, and the bar itself is just in the tunnel.
Oh,
It looks
I
like it was
see.
just a pedestrian underpass.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was about to say,
okay.
I just scrolled over to it. I see it. Yeah, it looks a little small for any sort of vehicle, but it is really
Unless
cool.
it's like a mine train.
Yeah, at first I thought it was just like a reproduction of the Hoosick Tunnel portal, and it was like a gimmick.
The bloody pit bar.
Well, because I was like, the only like notable tunnel around here is the Hoosick Tunnel.
Yep,
Um, but yeah, that was pretty neat.
that's neat.
It's always cool to see things being repurposed and not torn down. It would be neat if Amtrak had more than just a platform, but I guess not many people take the train in Northampton, so
Yeah, they have like a glorified bus stop.
yeah. But the bike and walking infrastructure in that town is great, so
That's cool. It's a cute
they
little
get, they get
place.
bonus points. If anyone's in the New England area and they are looking for like a little day trip, Northampton's pretty cool. It's like the stereotypical like New England village, but a little bigger and worth more of your time than like one of the ones you just drive through and go, oh, that's cute, and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm working on finally getting my Arduino DCC command center working. Apparently, the people who developed the original DCC++ stopped developing it in like 2018, and I didn't realize.
Oh,
So that's why it didn't work. But someone has since carried it on as DCC EX. So
Okay.
I've installed that on my Arduino, and I'm just waiting on the correct power supply to come in tomorrow, and then I will be able to run my ON30 Porter that's been sitting on a shelf for years.
I hope it
And
runs
eventually, I hope it does
I'm
too, since
jealous.
the cat has knocked it off the shelf multiple
well.
times.
Oh no!
Oh no!
The pilot is like a little bent up, but it looks okay mechanically. It doesn't look like anything's broken, so we shall see. And this is basically just like a test bed for hopefully one day like a HON30 switching layout or something.
One of these days I'll get an ON30 engine.
Well,
One of
I'll
these
sell
days.
you. I'll sell you mine.
All right.
Speaking
Anyway,
of one of these days, quick little tidbit here.
Okay.
Some books were acquired, were they not?
some books.
Yeah.
Uh oh. Oh no. Here we go.
So the thing was, museum was also big open, so got to go to Presidential Car for a bit,
Okay.
and also got a fun little copy of Rio Grande Mainline of the Rockies by BB and Clegg. Which
Oh, cool.
first, let me see if I can get the photo really quick here.
I was kind
It's
of
like a
worried when you were about to say the author, like, please let it not be who I think it is.
By Jerry
No, it's not
Day.
Jerry.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. That's half what I was expecting. Like, oh no.
Every page
But-
says they were black. They were black.
God. There's a few things in Jerry's
Jerry
new
Day
book that is
racist?
interesting.
That's
No, I swear it's not a race thing.
But I get home. I browse through a little bit. One first page I open up to is 1.0.
God damn it. That's amazing. Burnham shops.
Brayden and I made one of these things in Gmod ages ago. We need to update that.
Oh my god. Hey, what's the
Yeah.
number of this locomotive? 10? No, it's 1. Oh.
1-0.
All right. Anyway, it's speaking of 1.0, that thing has had a presence here for a long time, as well as the other cursed locomotives of the Rio
Let's
Grande.
go from 1-0 to 111 in Locomotive Versailles.
Thank you. Although it is not 111. It is 1151. Do we have the photo for that, by the way, or do I have to go dig it out of one of the?
I can
East,
pull
you're
from the chat.
responsible for that.
Well, I was asking East.
I don't have the photo.
Okay,
I
hold
mean,
on,
I can
let
probably
me-
find one, but it's probably easier for you to just
Yeah,
open.
I was gonna say. I bet I can find it in a couple minutes.
I have
It's-
Big Alice Lagoon.
Oh wait, this is one that I just put Bender in. That's not helpful. Do I have one of these? Okay, I got it. Is that? Nope, that's the wrong one. That's 4 aces, not 3 aces. Scrolling up. There's 3 aces. And before anyone takes it, the wrong way or gets confused or anything like that. No, this is not. No one calls it Three Aces other than us. It's a name we made up. Um,
Like 1-0 and 1.
yeah, one. In
What is
fairness,
the,
1-0 does say 1-0 on the side of it.
What's the stat page for? What road?
It's Lackawanna, Delaware, Lackawanna, Western. It is I can send you the loco base if you want to know what it is.
It's linked on the page currently.
Oh right, I did like it on the page. I did the background work that I was supposed to do before we
The
started.
M1, right?
Yeah, there's only one thing on the page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure it was the correct one. Got
Okay.
it.
Oh, these are the wrong way around. Okay, there we go.
Whoa, sorry to interrupt. There's a new. Is there a new virtual railfan camp?
Is there? What
What?
is it?
Brightline
Wait, what?
What?
Where?
What?
in Cocoa, Florida.
No, that's been there.
Oh, okay.
That's been there for a couple years.
I don't
Right.
know.
Oh, I
wait,
remember
we've
that
never-
now. Yeah.
we should do Brightline Cam eventually because now they're running at 120, 110 there.
Oh yeah, we can see some Zoomy boys. Oh, they should
Yeah.
put a cam at Princeton Junction in New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, who's gonna call first?
And it's kind of up to us. But knowing these two locomotives, I am erring on the side of 4,000 and not Three Aces. What do you guys think, Tyler? What do you think in particular?
I think it should be Three Aces because I can do something really funny.
I think
as my first
3
call.
aces, just for the sake of it.
Okay, well, TJ's the tiebreaker.
3 aces.
Okay. All right, East. What's the really funny thing you can do?
All right, I'm gonna call it KO.
Okay, you're not in the
You're not leading by
lead.
10 points.
Oh wait, okay. Local base ID.
Oh, you're calling?
Yeah.
Okay. 181.
What?
Yeah.
184.
My God.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, hey, that was my really funny thing.
Yeah, you tried.
I tried.
It was funny.
It was funny.
All right. Well, you won that one. Brian, you're up. I haven't done a regular locomotive versus in a really long time.
Yeah. When do Marcus come available?
Yeah.
Alright, my dad's messaging me because Oilers are winning in a hockey game. Anyway, hopefully I'm remembering this correctly. Builder,
Builder.
Schenectady.
Baldwin.
Okay, you were. Markers will be available at 20 points, but the only marker available is a knockout. So
Yeah.
All right. Another thing I'm hoping I'm remembering correctly. Numbering class
5.
12.
12. It's always funny to me to find these locomotives that have like 6, 12, like 32 built. Like why order that many? What was the thought process? Although,
Even numbers.
why order any number?
Number built.
Guess what?
The answer is 5.
Chicken butt?
Yeah, it's chicken butt.
Okay. 5 chicken butts versus
12.
12. 12 chicken
Thousand.
thighs. 4-0.
All right. That's kind of darn. Stat side. Honestly, I'm not sure what else I would win with this thing because I'm not sure if I'm bigger or smaller. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm smaller in one aspect.
Giggity.
I'm about to find out whether or not you have this booster.
No.
You don't?
Unless I'm missing the stat.
I mean, I guess not. I don't know why I expected this thing to. I feel like it would have come up.
No, I mean according to the
I
local
thought
base,
it
I
did.
don't. Oh, let me
Okay,
check.
then
Wikipedia.
11,700.
All right, 11,700. Wait, was there
I'm
a? No, this isn't the one where it mentions it in the loco base thing. Okay, well, anyway. The point for booster goes to the 4,000.
Oh, okay. Here we
So
go.
I had imagined it, I guess.
All right, let's
Yeah, they
see
were
about
not
this.
boosters.
Sad.
Okay, let's see about this one. Flues.
Flues. 52 at 5.375.
184 at 3.5.
3.5.
Aha! Big
Wait.
W's.
Wait, what was yours, East?
5.375.
Yeah, okay, so the 3.5 wins.
Alright. Let's do
Oh,
firebox area.
you didn't win, East.
No,
Oh, yeah, I
you
did.
didn't win.
I have the smaller ones.
No, I did. I had 3.5.
Oh, I heard
inch
5.5.
I said the 3.5
How did I
wins.
fit 184 5.5 inch
Oh,
fluids?
I never know
I
how
mean-
anyone fits anything in these spoilers sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright, Brian.
I don't really have anything that I can guarantee a win on, so I'm starting to like figure out things.
Yeah, we haven't learned it.
firebox area.
Firebox area.
Firebox area, 477.
Well, we know who's larger than that. 369. Nice.
Nice, but yeah, oof. Yeah, I mean, I remember 3 Aces having an absurd firebox.
Oh right, because it's on
Yeah.
the Lackawanna, so it's probably like burning like pretty close to anthracite. Isn't
Burning
it?
dirt.
Yeah.
Alright, East.
Alright. What do I call next? It's a question.
I don't know, that's up to you.
Robert A. Messina's.
Ba-ba-da-ba. 21,975.
Oh, 19,968.
Whoa!
Oh.
I thought you were gonna have that. That's very interesting.
There's some funky stats going on.
There's
here.
something going on. Alright, Brian.
Sam's above plus superheater percentage then.
24,560.
28,568.
Alright, it's 8-1.
Sam's above but substitute firebox area for grade area.
143,744.
Okay, that's where you get all your power. 119,925.
Yeah,
Oh,
I figured that was gonna happen
Ugh.
because of the firebox area. Okay, so it's 2-8 East.
okay. Great area.
Grade area. 87.9.
What? How on earth do you have a smaller grade area, a larger grade area?
It's wider but not taller, I guess.
Right, 81.5.
Okay.
But
Also,
this is so confusing.
I feel like that should have been not obvious,
No, of
but
course.
you know, I feel like you could have inferred that.
Oh, wait, hold up. I did a stupid. I just realized. Yeah.
All right, Brian.
All right. Let's go for evaporative heating surface.
East.
3854. Sorry, I was making sure I had
Oh,
the right
there we
stat.
go. 4247.
This is weird. I don't know where you're getting all this space. It's this.
Honestly, I don't either.
The
It looks
4,000
smaller,
looks a lot
doesn't it?
smaller. Yeah.
This one's obvious. Superheating surface.
Superheating surface 1123.
1830.
Oh my god. What?
Combined heating surface.
4977.
Canadian National 6077.
All right. 2 to 12. Brian.
Can I swap?
All right. Now I don't remember what yours is, so this is going to be a rather risky play for me. Boiler pressure.
Boiler pressure 245.
245, you said?
Yep.
250.
Okay, that also explains some things. Not a ton of things, but some things. 13 to 2.
Oh, I hear Jiva going by.
Stacks.
It's
The
stacks.
We hunt stacks. Anyway, now I'm pretty sure I'm just going to lose this one, I think. High pressure cylinders.
High pressure cylinders 26 by 30.
Yeah, 25 by 28. I had a feeling I was going to lose that one.
Okay, there's a point.
I just
for,
wanted to try anyways.
There's a point for East. It's 3 to 13.
Yippee. Alright, axle loading.
69 Nice. 780.
Alright, max loading is. Oh, wait, I moved. I looked at the wrong stat. I don't have
You don't have
max
axle loading, do you?
loading. No.
All right, try
Oops.
something else.
Do you wanna?
East.
Sorry, 1 second.
Okay, hold on. I'm concocting a meme right now.
Um,
God dang it.
okay, driver diameter.
Oh boy, 78.
80.
There it is.
Yeah, I knew you were bigger in that respect.
That's. I've been basing my understanding of these things on their driver size.
I knew that he had larger drivers. That's one thing I knew, like, immediately.
Let's do. Let me look at these engines. Kind of hard to tell. Nintendo fuel capacity
24 tons.
26 tons.
Yeah, that's a big tender.
Ooh.
That is a big tender.
Okay, minimum weight of rail
115.
110. Let's go.
That doesn't make any sense to me. But okay.
It also doesn't make
Uh,
sense to me.
I'm not going to explain this to you guys.
It's black magic.
Maybe they measured it while it had all the
Wait,
stainless.
hold on, Tyler.
Wait a
what
second.
do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not explaining this to you guys? It looks like a bigger engine.
Okay, I'm like 100%
It's a
sure.
lot on a pull in New York
I think it was
Central,
measured
like, have a
while it was
loading
with the
gauge
stainless steel,
No.
with the streamlining. Or is
If
this
it
thing...
was, then the stat page would be horribly wrong. Because only 2 of them ever got the streamlining. In which case, like, why would you base the stats off of that?
Is the implication this thing was just more dense?
this thing was more... It was built out of gold.
I mean, it has more pipes. I don't appreciate Tyler just... I'm not explaining this to you people. Okay. Why do you always act like you're better than us?
Because he is.
You see, that
Isn't
Jeep
that
style Mars light is actually made of lead.
Yeah, no, it's actually made of
Yeah, it's
unobtainium.
made of dark matter.
To be fair, there is a significant amount of lead on both of these locomotives.
The unobtainium Mars light.
Alright, here's a question of which one has more asbestos?
Hold on. I'm working. I'm developing something really quick. But I
see what
cannot
you're
tell you that.
Yes, that, how much
I
asbestos
was
do you have?
expecting the Patrick with the nail in the head.
That's,
version.
I couldn't come up with that one. Whose turn is it? East. What are you calling?
Yeah. I'm gonna call weight on drivers.
391,880.
377,000.
Well, I mean that tracks. That's not weird. Well, I mean it is weird, but it makes sense with the other number that came before it.
Yeah.
East. Well, we have 20 points.
I'm gonna do. So it's weight on drivers and engine weight per. So engine weight.
Engine weight. That.
I mean weight on drivers, not engine weight.
You just did wait on drivers.
I read the wrong stat.
We both read engine weight.
Are you serious?
Okay, weight engine weight, but it's actually weight on drivers.
Okay, I guess I'll read the weight on drivers now. 207,730.
207,730.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, 198,000.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright,
that also
that's another-
tracks.
That's another point for East.
Alright, before we move on to the next stat call, let's properly call engine weight. Well, not for like points or anything, just so everything's cleared up here.
All right, yeah. Let's hear engine weight for real this time.
391,880.
Alright, and mine is 377,000.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the stats that we accidentally read off for wait on
God
drivers.
damn it. This is the...
I don't know how I managed to do that.
I don't know if anything that just happened is real.
No, it's not.
I'm on a,
Um,
I'm on the Truman Show.
The unobtainium segment.
The asbestos is getting to you. Okay. So you're not that much heavier than me, which kind of makes me scared to call the next one. Let me call. Actually, let me look at the photo of this engine quickly.
Don't make me get the timers out.
I'm gonna. Uh. I see. Okay. That looks spooky. Let's do. I guess tender water capacity.
Okay.
I think I may be
15,000 gallons.
15,800.
Wait, what? How is... Never mind.
We're making Ellis lose his
They
mind.
shouldn't be anywhere near close!
I think this has a scoop. I think that's why.
But they're not... Anyway, the tenders looked like completely different sizes to me.
Alright, total engine and tender weight.
Total engine and tender weight, 717,930.
690,100.
This doesn't... I don't understand.
Alright, tender loaded weight.
Tender loaded weight, 326,050.
My tender loaded weight is 313,100.
Okay, I'm growing increasingly convinced that, like, somewhere in northeastern Pennsylvania, the gravity is just lower.
Why are our tenders almost as heavy as our engines?
Have you looked at them?
I mean, yes, but
Also, it's 11 to 13. East?
What stats are left?
I don't know. We don't mark them off. It's up to you to remember.
But,
We've never marked them off for this. Hold on, let me...
wheelbase stats are all left.
let me look.
Alright, okay, I guess wheelbase stats. Oh, that's the thing, is you have smaller drivers.
Well,
Active
You know what you-
effort.
Active effort?
Yeah,
47,676.
52,790.
okay.
I'm gonna point out that there are more than 20 points on the board.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
so
you
one,
would
There,
like-
there have been for a while.
You can just go to style.
how many points are currently on the board? I can check, I have access
It's
to the
it's
doc.
13 to 12.
There's 25 points on the board.
13 points for not Aeolus.
I'm
And...
gonna go to style points.
Okay. We do
Marcus
need to
Joyce
figure out
first.
what we're... I'm gonna ask for ET's weight computation.
I gotta get a calculator thing.
Yeah, please do quick maths. I need to know your ET's weight computation. And then Tyler, you get one, and then TJ, of course, you get one. I don't know what
Yeah,
else.
my AT weight computation is 1.9.
No, that doesn't seem right to me.
Nice.
Alright, I have mine.
Alright. What is it?
0.53.
Okay. Brian, do you have yours?
Mine is also 0.53.
Okay, awesome. Tyler, TJ, do you have something you want to hear?
Did you call cylinders yet?
Yeah, they did call
Yes,
cylinders.
we did.
Okay.
3 Aces had bigger cylinders.
Yeah, Thonk.
Yeah, we haven't done gear, we haven't done valve gear, we haven't done wheelbase ratio. I don't think overall wheelbase has been done, or factor of adhesion, or evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Do factor of adhesion.
Okay.
That's always a fun one. Unless you're me, 3.75.
Ooh,
I'm pretty sure that's still better than me, 4.36.
Ooh.
it is better. Okay.
Um,
It's 13 to
let's do
13.
year as well.
1937.
Uh-oh. 1930.
Uh,
Okay, well, and Three Aces has taken the lead.
all right, I'm gonna initiate a knockout sequence here.
Okay, well, let's take it not too quickly so I can keep track of score, and yeah, let's do some style points.
All right, I have to quickly ask Brenda for.
Of course. What do you have, Brian? Then
I have multiple name trains.
okay, name train service is a good one, but I think you both have that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
My engine has both an actual name and a nickname.
Okay,
Mine has a nickname.
we gave it a
What's
nickname.
yours?
Exactly. You just admitted to it having a nickname.
I don't think that counts. It's just us.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does. But that's still a nickname.
Yeah, but the CB&Q nicknamed the 4000 Big Alice the Goon.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Why?
Big Alice.
And of course it carried the name Aeolus.
Hey. All right. What else from the two of yous? I see you both have feed water heaters.
I need to look at the photos.
Yeah. I mean, look at the photos. Look at the polls, Jack.
Why?
Man, it's kind of hard when this thing's so far away.
I think there might be a
photos.
better photo of it somewhere, but this is the one that I have.
Yeah. What's the engine number?
1151. I mean, I can pick out a couple things.
Let me see if I can find a better photo quickly.
All right, Brian, you have anything else then?
Hey, wait a second.
What?
What is this?
What is what?
Oh yeah.
This is the 1151 according to Google?
Yes, that is 1151 as well.
Okay, World's Fair.
You did have a special event. That's fair. That's a good point.
That's the World's Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the World's Fair.
It's fair. It's the most fair. I'll
Yeah.
argue with.
Exactly. How come Brenda's not using this photo? I feel like there's more style points on this one.
Because this photo is cursed.
I mean, it is cursed.
I'll show the
I would
audience.
still get the points.
You definitely shouldn't give that one to them.
Yeah.
I would definitely still get the point if I was to call like the fact that I had streamlining, but I don't think that counts.
No. I'm not giving anyone like these pictures are the appearance of your locomotives and the appliances that you're getting. So pick what's on your
Also,
engines. It's 15 to
Because it's
15.
useful, I'll post a picture of the other side of my engine as well. Also, that toolbox thing up by the domes.
Oh, that's the highest toolbox I've ever seen.
But
I mean, yeah, toolbox is a toolbox. It's up there.
tender chains.
Do you have the chains? Oh, you do have the chains. Yes, I see them. All right, Flava Flav.
Where the hell is your air?
Probably on the other side of the engine.
No, the pumps are underneath the little
Oh,
shrouds
the air
next
pumps
to the
are,
stars.
yeah, in the front.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about the pumps, I'm talking about the tanks.
Oh yeah, the tank has got to be on the other side.
Oh, yeah. You know,
There isn't.
fun thing about that, right?
Oh, yeah, no, that is a good
You
point.
both are modern. You're both modern. You've got fun little cast frames with stuff on the inside.
Oh my god, are my air tanks on the inside?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Interesting. I
When a
think that they would have at least one tank on the outside for.
very annoying
Big
cracked frame moment. All right, well, it is 15 or sorry, it's 1616. I'm not hearing anything else.
Hold up, I'm looking at photos.
I'm pretty sure I've got more roller bearings than you because you don't look like you have roller rods.
That's fair. Let me look at this photo. No, I can't. No, it kind of looks like roller rods. I don't know. What do you think, Tyler?
Sure myself. I think those are rollers. but-
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I should have called Valve Gear. I didn't know that you didn't have Baker.
But I literally said, let's not call that. Alright, I have a physical model
Okay.
in this like configuration that's in the photo present by Ellis.
I got
Do you have a
I'm pretty sure I do, but I gotta double check it.
yeah,
yes, I do.
non-streamlined? Okay. I figured you might, and it's a 4,000.
Oh, I have an air horn. Duh.
There you go. I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Bender's.
I'm just looking at photos until I like.
I forget if I know mine did when I'm pretty sure mine did when streamlined. I just don't know if it does unstreamlined.
You don't see one
Yeah, I
on the
don't-
unstream.
They're usually pretty obvious, and this is a really high. Like, this is a pretty good photo.
Yeah.
My bell looks like it can be mechanically and hang on.
They both can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? I have the light. I have two lights. The second light's probably a class light or something.
Well, you both have. You
Oh,
both have
okay.
markers.
Yeah, you have.
I'm not looking at his engine. I'm just looking at mine.
Different
calling
theme
up stuff
Jeep
like Mars.
style.
Yeah, the headlight package.
Yeah. I will say there is something you have more of than the Goon does.
Yes, yes.
Box drivers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
I saw them and I didn't notice that Kaizen Brian didn't have them until you like pointed it out. I was like, oh wait, I thought he had all.
I remember that coming up
At one point
before.
I did have all, but that was when I was streamlined.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they? What?
Yeah, it was a weird progression. There was a point where it had two box axles, but It's
Let me
weird.
check my book.
the center one is the only one that ever kept it.
That's so bizarre. What a strange
The Goon
existence.
and all that is.
All right, I see something else that East has, but I don't really want to. It's 18 to 16.
Do I have? No, not in the photo. Not in the original photo. I don't.
Hmm. That toolbox is killing me. Well,
I have the thing so you can remove the whole smoke spot door.
there it is. Yes, you have the smoke box hinges.
Let's go.
All right. Anything else from anybody? Otherwise, this is just gonna cap off here. 1916.
1916. Damn. I prefer
Also,
2016.
to correct you, Ryan.
Uh-oh.
No, you didn't have all box when Aeolus.
I have an image
4001
somewhere of it
did.
with all box.
There were two of these. 4001, which is not Big Alice, got
Oh.
all three.
Ah.
4001
that's where my
is a very
confusion is. I must have been looking at a picture of 001.
I also didn't
Yeah.
know there were two of these until just now.
Why did 4000 never get all box? That makes no sense.
Let me check the dates for the conversions.
They probably
Am I gonna
ordered.
pop
They
again
probably
points
ordered it
for
one way.
this?
And, yeah. What'd you say?
That's the wrong image I just sent. Do I get a propaganda point for this?
What is this? Oh, never mind.
I don't know what it is, but
What
it's
the?
high speed
What
rail.
is this? What?
I have questions.
I don't.
High quality content by Wikipedia articles. What?
Why is it like a?
What's in the rest of this pamphlet?
I don't know if
Who's
I.
Adam Cornelius Burt?
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna give it to 3 aces. 19 to.
Oh, I had one more.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hold on. What's the one more?
I was part of End of Steam excursions.
Okay. Yeah. I mean that's. Okay. Sure.
You weren't part of the Steam program, so suck it.
Still an End of Steam excursion.
4,000
This is true.
survives, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of multiple of this class that survives, but it's the only one of the two streamliners.
Oh, of course, because the queue just like dropped everything in random towns
Well,
across the west.
actually,
The other survivors are all the
God.
3000 series, which were pretty much identical in design.
okay, I got it.
Oh, and I
Wait,
forgot
hold
to
on.
call the all-weather tab.
Wait, why is Tyler broken?
So, I'm not sure if we should give points away from Brian and give them to East for this,
Why?
but 4000 and 4001 are technically their own separate class. They are S4A because of the rebuild that they get in 1937 and 38 respectively,
Okay. Well,
which means that technically Brian should have said built by West Burlington 1937 two built, two in
Why
class.
you
Hold on.
biased for
Hold on. But is this, were they streamlined until that point?
They were streamlined at that time.
They were streamlined
and
at that time.
given the boxes and a few other things, and then they were de-streamlined, but we're still under classification of S4A.
Well, I don't want
Because
to
that's also when they got the roller-bearing rods.
Okay, I don't want to get in the weeds too much. I feel like we're just gonna live by the stat sheet on this one, and it's not gonna affect the outcome anyway. But sometimes that's just the way it be. What the heck is coming through Flagstaff right now?
Jibo and Stacks.
No, it's my thing is
That's
not
a
exactly
Oh.
That's a
flag.
coach.
It's 2 locomotives in here.
It's
Is it
executive
going to
train that goes up.
Mexico?
It's a locomotive,
No.
hopper
a hopper
car,
That's
car and
geometry,
a
isn't
coach.
yeah, some kind of
And-
coach.
It's some geometry car, I think.
Okay, well that was neat.
So
I
we tell Achilles he just missed the executive train.
That's
don't know.
not an executive train though.
It's some kind of
The bad executives go in the boxcar.
the pear wiggler. Anyway, Three Aces wins 1917. I don't know who the hell I'm going to vote for. What do you guys, TJ and Tyler? What are you voting for?
Gonna have to go with Three Aces just because it sounds cool.
That's when we pick out a nickname, we pick out a good nickname. Tyler?
Yeah.
You see, Brian, if you'd brought 4001, definitely would have voted for you, but you brought Big Alice, so
What?
go
Well,
with
this one
go
is
with
preserved.
Aces.
This one's the one that I've brought to previous verses.
Yeah, but
Anyone
4001
else?
gets the vestibule cab. It looks so much cooler.
Also, I mean,
Isn't this oh?
I will say though, a couple of missed, even if the stats were shifted the other way, 4000 survives and should have got a point for that.
Yeah, no, Brian, you had a ton of style points. I feel like you could have still called had.
I think you both had a decent amount of style points that got left uncalled, but at the end of the day, I don't know if it would have. Like, Three Aces has a lot of style points.
Yeah.
Brendan still hasn't gone back.
Well, his loss, I guess. It's by the points. Yeah, So you're voting for Three Aces, Tyler?
Yeah.
All right, I'll vote for Aerialist then.
Didn't you
Uh,
have a hatred
Whoa.
against Three Aces?
Me or
I
Tyler?
don't particularly love it, but I'll admit it's a neat locomotive.
Nuance.
And you
Get outta
you brought the like early shrunk northern, not the late great 05A shrunk northern.
Hudson.
These are Hudsons.
Yeah, but look at 4001 and tell me that that's not just like an 05A that they cut one of the drivers out of.
They just crunched it down a little bit.
Exactly.
They put it in the
That's
pear wiggler.
like-
Like,
This is
theoretically,
the
you could give it
CB&Q
like.
equivalent of a Milwaukee F6A.
Yes.
What you could do is you could give it like 50-inch drivers.
450.
Because remember, the F6 was stretched into the S1.
They need to. No, they should just like get it as low as possible. Get like 14 drivers, but they're all very small, like very very small.
I want to try to make an engine in Gmod like that. People told me off for doing it.
We'll make it
Brian,
bendy.
don't listen to the Gmod foamers.
Anyway,
Well, they just said, "Why do you need that many drivers?"
and you said.
Bro, I'm gonna. Who did this? I'm gonna go show him my AA20.
All right. Anyway,
No, it had more drivers than an A20. It was like a tank engine
Oh,
thing.
it's
I
got
can't remember how long ago it was.
you gotta make the
Person might not even be in train build now.
you gotta make the
I'm gonna go to the house in real life.
the 16 the 16 wheeled thing, like the Shay looking thing. Anyway,
No.
let's do discussion topics because we're pushing the schedule way back.
Yeah.
And let's Tyler, let's start with you because your stuff is pretty light and unassuming.
All right.
I'm assuming he
Well.
says, despite staring his nemesis.
We're
in
gonna
the
start
face.
with our favorite, the best pasture cars around. TVRM did an observed vestibule, which has been de-observed vestibule. But hey,
Yeah, that's why it's the best.
no,
Yeah.
we remember it for its glory days.
No, yeah, the
I
its
like
glory
this because
days, which
TVRM, so
began the
Braden
day
doesn't
after
ride it.
they removed the vestibule.
Shush.
But yeah, this is
Still
yeah,
got
one
a
of
back door.
it does
What?
still have a door.
Yeah.
This is one of the it was originally CNO and it didn't have a rear
Yes.
rear diaphragm, and then the Rio Grande bought it so that they could stick it in the middle of trains like maniacs. And then it got sold from there to someone else who took the diaphragm off the back. And now it's at the TVRM. Oh, it was
It also should be noted it was bought for the chassis service.
okay, which was supposed to be behind the turbine, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
So
It was.
turbine no more, but hey, you can ride behind the little thing.
We should restore or should make a new turbine. Mango gobbles.
Hey, Adam.
Um,
Adam Cornelius Burt. I
It's
have a question.
also I thought I moved the 11 here.
So what
I'm
about
sorry,
these
Alice,
Amtrak
but I found a picture of
elements?
it in service.
Well, hold on, we're not done with Tyler yet.
No, I know, but I noticed TJ's name.
So the other
Wait,
thing,
why is that in here? Oh, okay, preservationisms. I see.
Yeah. Like, come on, we gotta talk about 11.
Well, okay, yeah, but that top of the show things.
Yeah. Well,
Well, what else did
they
TVRM
have
get?
11 see, actually, I'm not sure if you're supposed to put that there.
What?
Because this is for a different organization,
Oh, it
and
is?
I don't think this has any connection
Yeah, this is
to...
for Rochester and
Oh, I don't know
Genesee
why.
Valley
Yeah, I
Road.
don't know why this got here. Then.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I probably couldn't see the whole link, and I saw like VRM at the end, and I went, ah, okay, yes, TVRM. Well, anyway, Rochester and Genesee Valley gets a bunch of stuff, including an S2 and RS1. Oh no, the RS1 was already donated. They got some locomotives and a snowplow.
Of which the snowplow looks like it's a modified tender. So,
Well,
Oh,
it
which
was
one?
it was a shop-built plow of the Milwaukee Road, so
oh god.
it was. The railroad president, John Kiley, suggested replacing the gondolas with stronger steam engine tenders from recently retired steam locomotives. So that is, in fact, exactly what this is, Tyler. You nailed it. What?
The Milwaukee.
Yes,
The Milwaukee Road.
classic Milwaukee Road.
Milwaukee Road.
Anyway, all right. What else is going on in the world of preservation?
11. It become more of a thing.
Every week it becomes more of a thing.
Yes.
Oh man,
As you can see now, they have a full frame, and they have the cylinders there, and they're getting components up on front end, and it just... This looks so good.
they have some really nice looking bolts. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, some
Yeah.
guy just makes them at his house and brings them in.
That's so much of this project, and I love that to death. I
I
love
know,
that.
literally, like every time we go up there, they're like, "Yeah, this guy did this. He has this at his house, like this specialty machine at his house. So he did it at his house and then brought it over, and then we like made sure it was fit properly, and we put it on, and this and that, and like every other part is like some dude with a cool shop at his house."
Yeah.
The one image in this where it's got the frame up on blocks with like the wooden caps over the cylinder casting. Like it makes me think of like a funny thing where as they're building it they make like wooden mock-ups of parts that will be made eventually. And as they're finally putting it together when it's almost all done, they accidentally leave one or two of the wooden parts in and don't put in the real parts. And then when they fire it up, they just start getting steam leaks. They're like, what the hell? What's that happening here? And then they look and they're like, uh-oh.
I thought you were going somewhere way funnier with that. I thought you were going to say that they'll be able to have an entirely completed locomotive and also an entirely completed wooden mock-up. because of all the parts that they
That
mucked
would
up.
also
With.
be
Yeah, the
cool.
highest bidder gets a plywood WWF
Yeah.
11.
I'm gonna put that on my front
No,
lawn.
they're gonna make it a parade float.
Yeah, the Shriners will buy it.
Yes, no, please WWF, please make a plywood WWF 11 and auction it off. Oh man, I can't wait to get back to Maine. Just in
Yeah.
general, TJ, I saw
Every
you
day I
post
wake
in the
up
Rhode
outside
Island
of
chat, just like been
Yeah, we
thinking
gotta
about
do that.
Maine. But we're gonna go to Maine again soon. I'm sure we're gonna go to Colorado soon, and of course, by the time
Yeah.
we get there, there will be no more steam on any Colorado narrow gauge railroad, right, Tyler?
Ah,
Those damn Alaskan snowbirds. um. So yeah, the narrow gauge community kind of got a bit of a wobble. A couple, this was a little over a week ago, I think, at this point. Um, because as many of you are well aware, a couple years ago, the Durango and Silverton acquired some DL535s from the White Pass in Yukon.
Some
At which point, the Alcos came and helped the other Alcos, and Diesel to Silverton, the future is now, old man. But they only they run the morning service to Silverton, and the Steam Locomotives still do the lion's share of the work. And of course, the diesels are really useful for track maintenance.
so you're telling
Before
me
then-
that the panic was unfounded?
It was slightly founded, because if you look a decade or two ago, and it's like 5 departures a day, and oh my god, it's all steam, and now there's 3 departures a day, and one's diesel.
Oh no.
But at the same time,
Yeah, but I would argue that's
they're
not
having an
really the
issue.
diesel's fault though. That's not the. Well, I should say that's not the diesel's fault.
No.
It's, if you looked at it like, oh, they can only, because the only other diesels that the DNS had before then were like little switchers.
Switchers.
Yeah, they could not handle.
A hot
They can
rod
handle a
thing
run to
that
Cascade,
the
and then they
Whitcomb,
can't
whatever.
handle anything else.
Uh-huh.
So having a diesel run to Silverton versus a steam run to Silverton, technically, that was not possible before. However, it is a very small amount of the overall grand picture. And because of the success that they've been having at the DNS, the Cumbres and Toltec, which is run by the states of New Mexico and Colorado, decided in a recent general board meeting that, not board, commission meeting, that they would look at acquiring the oddball of the White Pass fleet, which is the wide cab 114. Which
This is a bit strange to me, because this is one that I wasn't thinking the White Pass would want to let go of, but apparently they really did want to let go of it.
Well, it's a non-standard, and they've got all the new units anyways. So
Yeah, the new units
yeah,
really
but
seem to be working out for them.
the way I see it, though, this is the one that got it. This should be looked at as a special unit because it's the only DL535 line cab to not pass through U.S. gypsum.
That's kind of interesting. And now it's getting closer. It's coming back.
Because 2 of them are operating there, and another one was destroyed there. This is the only one
Yeah.
that was never at U.S. gypsum.
However, we're looking at it a bit through like the lens of, neat
FOMO.
historicalisms, whereas they're looking at it from an operational perspective. And the more oddball a unit is, the harder it is to maintain.
Yeah, and the foamy love of having steam all the time just is undercut by the reality that it is genuinely, like, especially for work train stuff, it's nice to have a diesel
Yeah.
around. You know,
Exactly.
you don't want to
And this
have to
is-
drag on an extra 3 people of steam crew and have them get up at 4 a.m. on a Tuesday because you need to fire up the steam engine to fix a broken rail somewhere.
Yeah, and the other thing is like what happened? Like, I mean, Steam is super finicky too. Like, what happens if it's just like, oh, not drafting right today? We can't
Yeah.
Can't use it.
What happens if
that's-
an engine pulls an SP18?
Yeah.
Goes boom.
That's
in
the
cylinder.
fart
point of,
reverb
okay,
sound.
SP18 is not a great example.
Well, what about
However-
what's the other locomotive that yeeted a cylinder?
470 free.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oof.
It is noted, again, the Commission's goal with acquiring 114 is for work train service and as a standby. Because the big thing is the Chama line, Coomers and Toltec, already has 1 to 2 steam locomotives on standby for every given day of operation.
Yeah.
Which they can limit down by having Diesel 114 in that role. Thing with that as well is if you look at it in a holistic sense, right? Every single day, steam locomotive is hot and ready,
Pizza,
not
pizza.
doing a service run, right? It's still losing a day of the 1472.
That's true. And it's costing you people to sit around and keep an eye on it, and it's costing you the fuel and water to keep it warm. I know it's not much, but
Mhm.
still.
Yeah.
No, and all the maintenance work that goes along with it.
So, well, in an operational sense, I think Durango sees more like paying passengers for the steam services than they do the diesels. Even on like just a per train basis and all that. You're still get a net benefit from even having one of these around. Especially considering I don't know how well the switchers do on the Chama line. It's kind of
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this little derp if it's down there by the time we get down there, because
yeah.
it's
Yeah, well, it's
I'm
a
curious
big
to
dirt.
I'm curious to see what its livery will be, whether they'll copy the Silverton's homework or do something interesting. I have a feeling they're
put
going
it-
to go the same route of being, no, we're not making it a mini tunnel motor.
No, put it in
But-
Flying Rio Grande. Do it.
Oh, God.
Although, I would want to see it in, like, Rio Grande-ish colors.
Oh, that would make me.
Oh
So,
god,
I mean,
what if they paint it in, like, the passenger gold scheme, like an F-unit?
oh, that'd be really weird. It'd be really funny, but it'd be really weird. No, they should paint it in like the ski train colors.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
Well, no, the Amtrak ski train where it's just like orange.
Actually, no, they should do
That's
it for
pretty
the
much what it is.
up in the American flag for
Anschluss gold.
250th anniversary.
Um,
Buy and a half centennial unit.
Okay.
well, didn't they also have some stuff that was painted? Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a different railroad. Anyway, well, I'm interested to see what happens with this. I didn't realize it was coming from the White Pass in Yukon. The first thing I thought when I read it was I somehow got the idea that it was something that the DNS was selling them, that they had
Mhm.
surplus after all their purchasing of White Pass and Yukon stuff. And I thought for a second, just glancing at the picture, I thought it was one of the brand new pieces of garbage that never ran, that they were just pawning off on the Goombres and Toltec.
No, it's well, frankly, the White Pass still has some units for sale. All the covered wagons are still up for
Oh, let's get some.
getting a new home. Which
Let's
there's
get them and regauge the Impossible Railroad.
oh my god,
And save. No, we gotta save Juan. My bad.
Mega gobble.
yeah.
Anyway,
One of these days we'll get one back.
yeah. Let's stay down south and let's talk about Brightline.
Yippee!
Well, actually, the Southwest is the right locale.
The other part of Brightline.
Yeah, the other
Yeah,
part.
yeah. Where's my
Yippee!
local high-speed rail?
Vegas, baby. What's
I
going
get
on?
to route for right line.
What's going on with
so there's
Brightline
just
West?
Two articles that Brightline West. Okay. Then there are only two articles.
I mean, I want to hear about all the Brightline, but I figured it was easier to jump to Brightline
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
just do them all at once.
So Brightline West is actually almost ready to start construction along Freeway 15,
Almost.
which means theoretically they could beat California High Speed Rail for quickest completion time.
I mean,
Do it.
I mean,
And they are aided by this by a $12 billion STB advance.
wow.
Why don't they give one of those to California High Speed Rail?
Oh, they already have plenty of money.
Yeah, that's probably the logic.
Yeah, the thing with California High Speed Rail historically has not been that they have been short on money. In fact, they've just been shoveling it at the pile of contractors that just point fingers at one another and do nothing.
Oh, that's true.
Nothing.
Well,
No,
more money will fix it.
it's
Yeah, one
Yeah.
more contractor.
Yeah, just have more contractors, guys.
Just-
Add a contractor to manage the contractor.
Yeah, that'll work.
Management
cut
One
through
firm,
going
contractor
in
for
the
every
firm.
lane.
Also, I don't mean to sound like they are doing nothing. There is, in fact, a lot of work being done with California High Speed Rail. It just isn't a train you can
It's
ride
just
yet.
like
Yeah.
it's just like the
It's
de
a lot of
facto shit on this
non-physical-
train.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of non-physical stuff, which is why a lot of people think nothing's happening.
Well, they
Like
there, there is
they have a couple bridges and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but like, you know, those are out in the middle of nowhere, like just going above like highways or railway lines. There's nothing like that the average person typically can see.
Yeah, in the middle of the
Which
Central
is-
Valley. If you're going to LA
Yeah.
and San Francisco, you're never going to see any progress.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing. It's like with Brightline West, it's gonna go down the median of I-15. So every time you drive to Vegas from LA, it's gonna be like, oh, you know, new progress. They got to this exit since I was last, you know, here.
You know, it's funny.
You're gonna be sitting in traffic watching them build it. And you're gonna be like, man, one day.
They're going to be building faster than the traffic.
Yeah, exactly. The excavator's gonna pass you with
I
like
have
a
just
load
to
of
give that.
sand.
You're gonna see like the what's that one like thing that just drops down panel track?
Yeah.
There's just
And like there's gonna be like a high speed like test car behind it.
yeah.
No, it's gonna
Oh.
be like the Mexican thing. They're just gonna lay the track down and start running trains.
No, hold on. I
Yeah.
got
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
the Wallace and Gromit. Just like I like the
Yes.
rendering of train
Yes.
traveling down the median, and it's just like, why is the train so small? The picture
Look,
that
it's
they
on the median,
used
duh.
for the rendering, the train is like 6 feet tall.
What the hell is this, Tyler?
That's China.
I figured it was.
This is what you're gonna
Being
see.
chilling.
I mean, in
Okay,
fairness,
that's
this
What are
this
you
is
talking
just
about where the train's small?
this is just how you build a concrete girder bridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
why didn't G drop a couple of these off when he visited?
Yeah, screw the painters. We need a couple of these.
Yeah, he could have been like high
Fulton
speed
bridge replacement be like?
California high speed rail. I grant you these concrete laying things
Yeah.
as a sign of peace.
You know,
Also, what's this about the tiny train?
If you go on the Brightline West article, the one that's in bold, and you scroll down, like it's towards the bottom. It's the last picture on the article. It's just
That one, right?
Oh, is it the one that has like
No.
the tiny TGV
This one.
duplex?
this one. Yeah.
Oh, I
Why? There's not even track.
You can't. Yeah. There's no track. It's like right on size.
that's amazing.
It's like a 3/4 scale TGV duplex.
But you know, I,
That's
I
so
can't.
bad.
I can't wait to see this.
It's a monorail. It's riding the girder.
It's
the
riding
guardrail.
the guardrail.
It's riding the Armco barrier.
We need to.
They, like,
we need
had
to
the-
get this technology and then put it on every highway in the United States.
Yes.
They had like the marketing
Monorail.
intern like do something in half an hour before he left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was. It
Like,
was
hey, we
Friday.
need to do this before lunch.
Yeah, it was Friday at 4:30. All
Like,
right.
look at like they literally just like they're like, oh, that's a picture of the highway. Put a thing on there.
All right. Do we have anything for the rest of Brightline? Did they kill anyone?
Yeah. No, they haven't killed anyone. But one New Yorkian
Why?
named Pete Booty.
B booty.
Pete Booty. He came down and he rode Brightline and was like, "Yo, this is amazing. You should make it safer."
You should
like,
stop
okay.
killing people.
It's like, okay, thank you. You're gonna pay us the $17 billion to grade separate all of Florida?
That's a skill issue.
It is a skill issue.
Yeah. No,
Um,
if you, listen, you just got to attach floaties
it's
to
a
the
kill
track and
issue.
wait.
Yeah, he basically just came down here and was like, "Whoa, this is amazing. We should have this everywhere. Also, it needs to be safer. Yay!" And then like left. That's really all he did.
Well, you can count on Pete Buttigieg to say the things that are just plain
Yeah.
That it's just
I
like
love
that's
this
the
one part about
baseline.
the article.
That is true.
Like, wow, congrats, thank you, Pete Buttigieg.
I love
Yeah.
this
It's
one
like-
thing about the article. It says U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg offered a reminder that his boss, President Joe Biden, is a longtime commuter rail fan.
Yeah. Also, Brightline got pledged some money
Well, that's good.
for the Tampa expansion.
And didn't they get sued also?
Yeah. Oh, actually, there is a second article, Ellis. I just realized it's not included in here, but I will talk about it quickly because we're on the scale of Tampa. Tampa has donated a plot of land in between the highway median of I-4 and like in Ybor City
Okay.
to Brightline
Oh,
for their
nice.
station.
Ybor City?
Yeah.
Isn't
Apparently,
it,
it's
isn't
like
Ybor City?
Ybor City, whatever it is. Apparently, it has a crime rate of like 1-for-1.
Yeah, it's because they have wild chickens running around. They can't have that.
Hey! Don't you diss the voodoo
The
chicken.
chickens are committing crime.
They have just native wild chickens that just run around there, and they all eat Cuban sandwiches and stuff. I don't know.
Don't
I worked.
diss
It was.
Hey, stop
West as
dissing
well?
the voodoo chickens, okay?
Hey,
No,
well,
I
you
like that. I
you
support
like
them. They also
extension?
have an old trolley down there too.
Yo, Charlie is cool. And yeah, Richard Branson is suing Brightline because
Oh, of course he is.
Because fuck Richard Branson, alright?
He's like, it's not Virgin.
Yeah, and the funniest thing is, it was a British judge that ruled it. It wasn't even a judge in the U.S. A British judge was like, oh yeah, Richard Branson, sure.
Well, wasn't there a whole thing with the branding? Like they were going to be Virgin, and then that didn't happen. And...
Yeah, they were gonna be Virgin, but then Brightline was like, actually, Virgin is dog water, so like breach of contract. For
Okay,
being
I have
Virgin.
I have a lingo question that I've been wanting to
Okay.
ask for a really long time. When people say dog water, is it?
That's bad.
Is it?
That's
I know.
real
I know
bad.
it means bad. I know it means bad. I'm saying, is it referential to water for a dog or hot dog water?
Hot dog water, I think.
No,
I'm pretty
I
sure it
thought
has to do with like
I thought it
how
was,
bad
like,
a wet dog smells.
No, yeah, I thought it was have to do with like wet dogs smell bad.
No, hot dog water, dog water. Come on.
Yeah, I thought it had to do. I wasn't sure, but it makes sense to me that it's either like, oh yeah, that's dog water, as in like I wouldn't drink that kind of water. That's like for the dog. When people say it's
Well, because
That's for the birds or whatever.
The term like originated on Fortnite, I think.
yeah, but I
On
thought,
What?
well, I don't know
Toy.
about that, but I feel like it could have been a development of saying like hot dog water as an insult.
Because drinking hot dog water was a meme for a little while.
Yeah, that's
According to Urban Dictionary, it actually refers to dog piss.
I
What?
don't
No,
know
come
about
on.
That's what I
that.
was thinking
That's
it was.
I don't know about that. All right, vote now on your phones, everyone in the comments. We need to have a serious discussion on this. Now, oh, you know what? Speaking
okay,
of,
so here, this is what Wikipedia says. Compound of dog plus water. According to Know Your Meme, the video game sense was popularized by Fortnite streamer Zachology in December 2020 as a euphemism for dog shit.
okay, but why water?
Well, because piss.
None of this makes any sense to me. Darn kids. Brian, can you talk to me about? Can we talk about California a little bit more?
Oh, yes. Because Brightline West isn't and California High Speed Rail aren't the only things that are getting the modernization, putting the damn wires up out in California. Because of course
Yay.
Caltrain's got their electrification program going, and it's actually going really well. I've been following this a bit, and it's very close to completion. They've installed the final catenary poles. I'm pretty sure all they've got to do now is get up some more of the substations and stuff to spec. And then after that, then they can start, I'm pretty sure after that they can start full service, I think, unless they need to do more testing with the trains.
Oh yeah, can't wait to see some AEM 7s.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't started running AEM 7s with the tests yet. They started running the Stadlers, but they haven't run the AEM 7s yet. It makes no sense.
Well, all
Is,
that matters to me is they painted that AEM 7 up in the Caltrain scheme, and it looked hot. So that
Yeah.
that's a win in my book.
They got like one of them.
Yeah, they only got one or two.
Actually, I have a question now.
What?
Are the Stadlers the first EMUs in America since the Metroliners?
Depends on how you classify it.
Oh,
Because
Okay.
I feel like plenty of, like L cars and subway cars and stuff technically are EMUs.
but I mean like for like mainline rail.
Are you forgetting these things called like the silver liners, the Bud M series,
Those aren't
the
overhead.
Kawasaki, the Highliners, etc., etc.
Acela.
Acela.
That's
okay,
not
yeah,
the
that's
one.
Acela.
The Avalia Liberty, hello.
Sorry,
that's also
can't
not
no,
like
can't do that
no
one.
snack car.
Nope,
No snack
that
car.
car.
Hey,
Actually,
they ran, okay? They ran.
They-
Well, I'm pretty
they
sure the
did.
Caltrain stuff ran first.
hey, for the record,
No?
the
The Caltrain stuff's been a while. Like the Stadler stuff, I think maybe had like test run before the Avelias.
I thought they were
No.
just running the toaster on. I didn't mean to put that there. I thought they were just running the toaster on the test runs, but I
No,
haven't
maybe.
been following very closely.
Is
They
this
did
is
like
this
an 80-mile-an-hour run with the Stadler.
Cool.
is this so I remember part of the California high speed rail project as a whole was like sharing track with Caltrain, right?
Yeah.
Is this that?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I just want to aside for a second. Atlas has a locomotive painted up for them.
I love that. Well, because
And it looks like Caltrain.
Yes.
they're based in New Jersey.
Yeah, they have the it's a 100th
NJT,
anniversary of
yeah.
Atlas Model Company, and so they have an NJT engine painted up in Atlas scheme or an Atlas wrap, which I only thought about because it looks like Caltrain.
Okay, imagine being a paint like a locomotive painter foamer guy and having to paint the Atlas paint scheme on a model that you might have.
That's so perfect. Yeah, no, that if they make a model of this, which I hope they will,
That'll be like Atlasception.
yeah, exactly. No, MTH is going to make the model.
Lionel Lines version.
Yeah.
Now available at wherever that store was. Lombard Hobbies.
Getting back to the electrics for a moment.
Go ahead.
A weird thing about Caltrain's electrification is, if I remember correctly, there is like one or two lines that they haven't electrified yet. So they have a single Stadler Flirt that is, Stadler Kiss, the wrong model, that is battery
Stadler's really
electric for
trying to,
use on this like not yet electrified line for some reason.
I mean, electrification unfortunately can't happen overnight.
Skill issue.
Yeah, so they've got a single battery electric unit as a stand-in.
Well, I'm
Now-
sure that battery unit can go somewhere else once the wires
Yeah.
are put up.
Yeah,
right?
like Germany.
Yeah, they're going
Mexico.
to split it up and use it as another train. But yeah, as Ellis was saying, speaking of battery electrics and Stadlers, Stadler is introducing some. Stadler has introduced a bunch of battery electric trains in Germany.
It's called a BMU.
Yeah,
it's
battery
a
electric
battery
multiple.
At
electric
least
multiple.
they-
It's a BMU.
At least they are they ditching like the horny names for Germany or no?
They're,
Well, we already have the Kiss and the.
these are flirts.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
flirts.
Eventually, we're
man.
gonna get the like. The
Yeah, but I
set.
wasn't sure if they were like calling them something else for international markets or something. I don't know.
I
No.
can't wait until we get the Stadler sex.
The Stadler.
Yeah,
Or
where's
my
the
bad,
the Stadler oral?
base.
Okay, so the thing with these is they're not specifically battery units. The trains they were replacing were diesel multiple units that ran for a fair distance underneath catenary. So instead, what they're doing is they're having these electric multiple units. They have pantographs and stuff, so they can run off overhead catenary, or at least that's what it looks like to me.
Mhm.
And then once they get off the catenary, they can run on battery power, where where it would have just originally been diesel.
Yeah, they call them overhead charging, which says to me,
Yeah.
they're gonna be battery when they're not under the wires, and then when they're under the wires, they'll be able to
I
throw
mean,
some
that's
pantographs
like
out.
a decent concession until you get the wires everywhere.
Yeah, or honestly, it's not that bad if you have just like an awkward spot. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this stuff is there are some places where it would make sense to just leave stuff on batteries,
But
Well,
or
who's-
that would
whatever.
also, you know what that would solve?
What?
The green line pantograph problem.
Wait, what? Hold on. What happened with the green? What happened
The
now?
panic. Well, they like the entire most of the green line had been experiencing like pantograph wire problems.
Yeah.
Something with like I think like the temperature fluctuating and sagging the wires more than usual,
That's okay.
and so they had to shut down like not all at once, but like through like a week.
Mm-hmm.
They shut down like various parts of the green line and replaced them with buses because uh, uh, power no work.
Yeah. Well,
So if they had batteries and something like that, like it wouldn't work for like like days or weeks maybe, but like at least the people on the train would be able to get home on the battery power.
yeah. Well, it would.
So just to keep alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's like a
Exactly.
large keep alive. Yeah.
You have to. The thing that I can't help but imagining though is a massive fireball consuming one of the Green Line trains.
In the tunnel.
Yeah. In the
Yeah,
central
just commits
subway.
Tesla.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I don't know if. I don't know if I want to trust the MBTA with battery anything.
Yeah. They
God
just,
forbid
yeah.
the orange line.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Nothing bad ever happens on
Well,
the
I
MBTA,
mean,
right?
if Charlie Baker had his way with his, he had some friends in like battery, like manufacturing.
Mm.
So if
Charlie
he had
Baker,
his
the
way,
truck
he would.
racer?
Yeah, definitely. If he had his way, MBTA would have some battery shit soon.
Mhm.
He talked about it for a while before
Yeah.
he left office.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Well, I
Alright.
know, right?
We got one more piece of California news from Brian. Napa Valley
this
wine
one's
trains in
kind of-
California, right?
It hits home for me personally because it's painful for me, but also like it's cool, but it's also painful. Napa Valley is getting Tier 4 engines now because the because like it's California Air Resources Board
Carp.
and stuff like California legislature says that they have to have Tier 4 engines, and honestly, I would be fine with all this. Like the engines look pretty good. Apparently, they operate rather well. But here's my problem. As part of the mandate for them to get these engines, they were required to scrap their older engines, or at least the prime movers of their older engines.
Which is a bummer, but that is kind of the point.
And as of now, one of those locomotives, and this is why it's painful to me, their two original main locomotives, the ones that are being affected by this, are ex-Via Rail FPA-4s.
Oh. I didn't know where
I
they had
am
come
mad.
from.
The FPA-4s are Canadian locomotives. If you see an FPA-4, it's Canadian. They were a special Montreal Locomotive Works product. They were only ever built for Canadian National, were later acquired by Via, and they've kind of gone everywhere since then.
That is
Grand
the
Canyon has
funniest
them.
reaction
There's
I made.
plenty of other railroads across the U.S. that have them. But the fact that they're being required to scrap the prime movers is making me angry, because that's a perfectly good 251.
Well,
A Montreal 251 at that.
yeah, no, it's kind of a bummer because they could be used or repurposed for heritage stuff, but, it,
Quick, before they scrap the other one, bring it back.
yeah,
Bring it back to Canada. Repatriate it.
it wouldn't make a ton of sense to say, oh yeah, you've got to replace these engines. They don't want to just push the problem somewhere else. They wanted to,
There's also
They want to end the problem.
yeah.
There's also a couple of other
Permanently.
locomotives. Specifically, there is a couple of GP9Rs. I'm not sure where they came from. Apparently, one of them is ex-Genesee in Wyoming, or something like that. It's Orange Plague. But another particular one, although this is less so to me because it's not Canadian, there's also an Alco RS11 that is affected by this. So, oh no.
Mm.
Please save these poor Alcos and MLWs, please.
I would like to take this moment to champion my proposal of taking the guts of Genesis locomotives and putting them into units.
I will say that
No.
Genesis.
the Napa Valley wine train scheme and these new locomotives, they don't look half bad. I think it looks all right. Other discussion aside, I think they look kind of nice.
It looks more like it looks like a modern. I mean, it is modern, but like the paint, like the font and stuff. It looks like very like modern graphic design as opposed to the F unit next to it that has like the railroad style, like traditional.
Yeah, the swoop down in the front.
Yeah, and like just like the font on the side of the locomotive, like looking from one to the other, one of them looks like it was like it's like a website on Squarespace, and one of them looks like a railroad paint scheme. You know what I mean?
That's actually
Yeah.
a very good way to put it. I was gonna say graphic design is my passion, but actually,
Yeah, graphic design is my profession.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it sounds about right for the Napa Valley wine train. Like I can't think of a. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it looks like
it's
a
weird
wine
to say
girl, a
this.
wine girlified.
Yeah, it's
paint
weird.
scheme.
It's weird to say this, but I can't think of a more commercialized tourist railroad than the Napa Valley wine train.
Napa know-how.
It's just you come on this train to drink wine. There's not like
Oh how.
that's all they're advertising.
Aren't
Uh,
there other wine trains in the U.S.?
Nope.
I mean,
I
No,
swear
there's
there are
probably one.
yeah, there are other railroads that do that as an event. But this is like
But none that their entire business is.
yeah, exactly. This is the Napa Valley wine train. Like the difference is the other railroads don't write wine train on the side of their locomotives in Squarespace font. Now, I want to come back to the east for a little bit, and I'm going to try to cover my news quickly because we're a little short on time in the news segment. But since we're talking about paint, I'll start off with. I'm going to take a deep breath. A pretty
Okay,
good
Alice, it won't hurt
looking,
you.
pretty good looking New York Central Heritage unit
Yes.
that the Metro North put together. It actually, joking aside, because I'm supposed to be the standards man, this is hot. The
It
lighting,
looks so cool.
the lighting stripe scheme is a really nice paint scheme. It looks great on the P32. And yeah, this is
Imagine.
what's up.
I mean, like, imagine if this was still the New York Central operating this.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Nice.
How the first comment. I love how the first comment says, "I thought this was another WDTX."
Yeah, that's every time I see
Yeah.
like a paint scheme that I don't recognize, it's like, hold on, where's the watermark?
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. Like, where's the watermark? Where's the goddamn watermark?
But no, this
Who-
is it.
who
40.
runs what's it? The
I
Hudson
can't
River
believe-
excursions?
What about the Hudson River excursions?
They need these.
Yeah, they do. No, they should run. They should run these things. They should save them for like the Berkshire Eastern, or not the Berkshire Eastern, for the Berkshire Flyer. I know that's an Amtrak thing, but
Yeah.
speaking of Amtrak things, though, the
Oopsie,
all of the
oopsie.
Empire Service stuff was suspended because there was a not because of the central warehouse this time, but because there was a parking garage that was creating a safety concern in Manhattan. This was somewhere along the Empire line, so somewhere, yeah, like I said, I think it's in Manhattan, so south of the bridge. What is that bridge? The Spuyten-Duyvil swing bridge, and
Yep.
for a little while they were like, I saw people tossing around the idea of, oh, they're gonna have to terminate things in Grand Central again, and I was like, oh boy, here we go with we need locomotives with a front opening door. But no, they had it cleared up in a couple of days. There were some weird service changes in between, though. Like Train 48, which is the Lakeshore Limited, was combined with Train 290, which is, I think, the Maple Leaf.
Vardiate.
And yeah, a bunch of trains have been canceled south of Croton Harmon, which is the changeover to electric power. and the tickets were cross-honored with Metro North, so you could still get into Manhattan, but you had to change trains. It was a mess for a little while, but it's all back to normal now. And I saw a post on Reddit as well, sort of within the same vicinity, that it was a pair of Acellas stopped at New shoot. What's the town at the far south end of Essex, TJ?
Old Saybrook?
Old Saybrook. Thank you. A pair of Acellas stopped at the two platforms at Old Saybrook, and they were both trying to head eastbound. The drawbridge had locked up, and they were there for like 2 hours. And this is a common story with the 100-year-old drawbridges on the Northeast Corridor. One of them in New Jersey over the Hackensack River, known as the Portal Bridge, has been a particular thorn in the side for Amtrak and NJT. And it is currently supposed to be replaced sometime soon, but NJT fired its head of construction management, who was overseeing the project. So, something's going on. There seems to be a shakeup.
This entire panic that Amtrak shut down the Empire Corridor for was almost entirely because of this hole.
Oh, do you have a picture of the issue? Oh, yeah. Well, that is
Yeah, it's
a
in
fairly
the
large crack.
articles. This hole is the entire reason.
I mean, yeah, but like someone drives over that, gets a wheel stuck in there, suddenly you have a car on the main line.
I mean, it doesn't look great. I'll be honest.
Or yeah, the crack is the more worrying part.
It's
Yeah.
in the words of Justin Rosniak, it's not supposed to be like that. So yeah, I'm glad they got it. I'm glad they got it patched up.
Yeah, why are they asking for my date of birth?
Nah, damn, because it's not safe for work to look in that hole.
Yeah, did you know holes are NSFW?
Well, you can determine how it's not safe for work. It was definitely not safe for work for all the Amtrak people heading underneath it.
I was half convinced this was a rendering because
It is a
why
rendering.
is there an Avelia there?
It is a render.
It is,
Yeah,
a,
it is a
rendering. That's the new
That's
bridge.
the future. This is the future portal bridge. This is the
Oh, it is a red. That explains why there's an Avelia there.
yes.
Also explains why it's unrealistically short.
The same with the.
Yeah, the
Catcroft not
NJT
having-
thing is a little small.
Yeah, there's no locomotive on the NJT.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
The new NJT Stadler kisses or flirts or third bases.
No, these are the oral.
The Stadler thrust.
You do know that, like,
The Stadler pre.
hang on.
Do I know what?
To all the Sadler employees watching this, we are
Hang on.
sorry.
No, we're
You're
not.
gonna get a Stadler Rail products.
They do have
What
some
are the
normally
names?
named ones. TJ, I want you to take heart because the MBTA is not the only people pulling their new train cars out of service.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, well, no, it's not, but at least it doesn't make you feel so bad. 6 out of 7 trains of the new R211 cars were taken out of service due to faulty gearboxes.
Who's making those? Kawasaki?
That's a good question. Maybe it's Kawasaki. Let's see.
Well,
MTA
They have one.
R211 train.
I found like one like thing that Stadler makes that doesn't have like a clever name, and you wanna know what it's named?
What?
GTW.
Oh god, it's
No, that's a
Grand
cool
Trunk.
name.
Grand Trunk. Yeah,
Grand
it is.
Trunk.
It is Kawasaki, by the way, TJ.
Okay,
Amazing.
cool. I was going to say if it's CRRC, good luck.
Either way, good luck. It's all bad. There's nothing. Everything's broken, including, of course, Alstom. TJ.
Oh, yeah.
Roast
This is
that
probably like the most important thing, so if we're short on time, I can just cover this one.
No, we're not. We're not even over time yet, so
Okay.
we can just get through these and then wrap up the podcast like normal.
See, the most
So-
important thing to consider.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll start with that one actually. Sorry to derail the segue, but
Aw, how could you do this? To
I
me?
had an order here that I made up in my
We
on my
must derail with the derail.
So, flying Amtrak trains.
Oh God!
Did you know Amtrak's getting into the aviation business?
The video of this
So-
is just crazy.
Yeah, they had
I-
the
Amtrak
second
listened
takeoff ever
to
last night.
freaking Freebird solo.
Yeah,
Yeah, Amtrak Michigan. They were zooming along, and then they weren't. They hit
they hit a
a
tow
truck.
truck
Yeah.
with the
Which
bed
is
down.
so funny.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
they hit a tow truck with the bed down on the crossing like it
I haven't
was
seen the video.
Need for Speed. You haven't?
You haven't?
No.
Oh my
Oh my
God,
God.
the video
Yeah,
is
for your
crazy.
second.
It's in. Alright, first person to score like gets half a cookie.
Half a cookie.
Copy link.
I need. Is there a link
There
to?
you
Yeah.
Oh, we got
I
it
got it.
first.
Oh,
I got it first.
I see it as Tyler.
No.
Hold on,
Uh-huh.
I'll try to put this in the cargoes. I don't know if it'll work.
Kavon has a
Oh
Facebook link.
my goodness.
If you could find the Facebook link, that would be great.
What are they?
That thing just did a wheelie.
Yeah, it went. It goes.
It's
And
gonna send
thankfully,
it.
everyone was okay. No one
Ooh.
died.
I can see the fireball in the trees.
Yeah.
Send it a little too
And apparently,
hard
this
there,
is not
buddy.
the first time this kind of thing has happened. Like with
Oh,
this,
there's music in this one.
this tow company or something. Mason was talking about it earlier because he's a little bit closer to it, but yeah, it's a little crazy. The link is in the cargoes for the video. I don't really have a way to show it, but this is, of course, now we have another really messed up Amtrak locomotive. I'm sure that won't. I'm sure there'll be no repercussions from that.
No. Yeah, Amtrak's blowing through the charges as quickly as they can get them.
Yeah, they're expendable.
But sir, chargers
you
are
know-
meant to be expendable.
Hold on,
not
who makes the
to
Chargers?
be-
Siemens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siemens is
Gosh.
the first railroad to, or sorry, the first builder to develop the disposable locomotive.
You know who are? You know what else is disposable according to Alstom?
Their
No,
workers.
Snapper
Their workers
Mm.
and their assets.
and their snackers.
More reason why Stadler superiority.
Alstom plans asset sale layoffs as a result of cash flow concerns.
Mm.
So if it wasn't going badly enough for the Avelia Liberty project,
It just got worse.
they're looking to sell up to 1 billion euros, or about $1 billion, and cut 100 or 1,500 jobs as a result of negative cash flow and a massive drop in stock value. Wonder if that's related to everybody being mad at them.
I bet.
the
I bet the sale of $1 billion in assets and dropping of 1,000 workers or whatever. I'm sure that won't affect the stock price either. That'll definitely
No,
help.
not at all. That'll signal good things ahead for the company.
I wish Bombardier had stayed independent.
Company with some
I don't like
80,000.
them being under Alstom.
Well, yeah. It seems like Alstom probably wants them at this point to stay independent too, because it says many of the problems the company currently faces stem from the acquisition of Bombardier, a deal completed in 2021.
Oh no.
The resulting deal created a rail manufacturer second only to China's CRRC. Hey, where'd we hear that one?
think you
Some of the
said that.
contracts I did. Some of the contracts inherited from Bombardier were money losers, and the expanded company has struggled with inventory and production.
Oh my god.
So the oldest sellers are hurting the newest sellers, and the newest sellers are hurting the oldest sellers.
And it's a never-ending
You want to know
cycle.
something? The oldest cells were made by Bombardier, and they're better.
Well,
Well-
no, they weren't.
No,
No, they
not-
weren't.
Not at all.
Oh wait, what?
They were
No, they,
disasters when they
got pulled out
acquired
of-
them. That's
Yeah, they
also
got
why the
pulled out of service, like,
HHP8s.
immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the HHP8s went straight in the sadness hole as well. And it was weird to see one getting towed around as a cab car the other day on video. Yeah, no, the Acellas and HHP8s had pretty serious defects when they first arrived, and that's why the AEM-7 stayed on as long as they did. And
Yeah, because
Current
originally the
moment.
HHP8s were going to be the replacement for the AEM7s,
Yeah.
and then they stopped.
yeah, and they just didn't like. They had to have the Acellas, so they shelled out the money to fix them. And yeah, maybe in their current state, but even then, they're
That's what I meant in their current state.
well, but
That's
even then, they're
what
like
I meant.
20 years old, and sometimes
Yeah,
they
and
go
we
out of
talked-
service and they don't come back.
Yeah, we talked last week about how they're having to cannibalize, or 2 weeks ago, they're having to cannibalize 2 Acela sets in order to replace parts on the ones that are failing. And Alstom can't give them new parts for some reason. I don't remember what they said. And they don't make them. There's no inventory of them. Like, the Acelas are done. They're at the end of their service life. And
It is
All-
entirely likely that the last Acela dies before we get the first Avelia in service.
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think it'll get that far gone. They're gonna find a way to manufacture new parts, even if they have to shell out for
yeah, well, that's
a third
that's
party.
the thing.
but-
Like, I mean, like, aside, like, clearly the money issues and all that stuff, like, are the reason why this isn't happening. But it would be interesting. Like, doesn't Alstom own the patents for all the Bombardier parts now?
Well, I mean, the thing is they may not be able to produce them in any capacity that won't negatively affect them. Like, they
Well,
may have
that's
to,
that's what I mean. Like, Alstom in its current state, clearly, like, this is probably why they're not doing it, is because
because
they're
they just can't
falling apart. Yeah.
yeah,
make them go
Um,
bankrupt faster.
But that's what I mean. Like, and if Alstom was, like, competent, like, couldn't they just be like, oh yeah, while we're fixing the snack car, we will, also manufacture some parts for you on the side or something like that. But
yeah.
clearly they're not in a position to do that.
It would be nice, but yeah, no, there's no. There's
And it's funny that the thing that put them in the position to be able to do that, to be like the Acela refab guys, is the reason why they can't do it.
Yeah. I think they will, and by they I mean Amtrak, they will figure something out, because there is virtually nothing more valuable to them than a Acela service. And, even if it comes down to, okay, they're going to have to shell out to get a third-party supplier to make new, castings and production lines.
Well, that's
or
what
whatever.
that's what they've been doing. I mean, they've been hiring contractors to do work and stuff on them, haven't they?
Well, right, but
Yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean manufacture of parts.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because that's, you can hire contractors to, I mean, they're certainly going to be hiring contractors insofar as mechanics and consultants to, like, how do we squeeze more life out of these that we didn't expect to.
Mhm.
But it's different
So,
than,
like-
getting, Beaver Foundry on the phone and saying, like, we need more brake discs or something.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
So Mexico just bought some HSTs, right?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Would it be possible for Amtrak to buy, let's say, older TGV stock, if, God forbid, the Acelas all somehow die before the Avelias came into service?
I feel like it'd be cheaper for them
aren't-
just to like
They don't
finish the
have safety
Avelia.
standards.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think
No, I mean, the safety standards are, like, probably the thing that holds it up the most.
it's a question of, do they conform to FRA safety standards, which is not something that's necessarily, it's no
Yeah,
guarantee.
that's-
There's no guarantee that they would. And even if they did, then you have questions of just interoperability. I don't know, do the TGVs use the same overhead power? The sort of, whatever it is,
Awesome
three-phase,
HSTs,
25 kilohertz. The other thing with the Acelas is that they have to use 3 different types of power.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know
so,
how that hasn't been standardized yet.
because it would take a
I know
lot
a
of
company
money.
that can make a train that can do that. A company
Isn't
that has
there,
made trains for North America, so they know how to do this. They've made trains that use multiple different kinds.
Well, I mean,
of
no.
electric
The
power.
TGV absolutely can, because the TGV operates in a country, in Europe.
Wait,
It
what?
runs in
Yeah,
the
but,
Netherlands,
like,
it runs
I
in
know,
Belgium, it
like-
runs in Germany, it runs in Italy, and
Listen,
all of them
let-
use different
let me-
outfits.
Well, right, but does that do they have different power setups, and are they the same ones that we use here? That would be the question. What were you saying, Brian?
No,
Let me flex my Stadler superiority and propose
Okay.
they make a high floor version of the
so as I
Smile.
was saying,
No,
Okay. Over.
Brian, it's not helpful to propose new construction because the problem right now is with new construction. TJ, you said it would cost less to just have them, finish the Avalias, but the issue isn't cost. The issue is getting the things out the door, and that's the problem. You can
No, I
throw
know,
this-
I know that, but you can't you would. I feel like saying to the federal government, "Hey guys, I know we're dumping tons of money into this company to build our new trains, but they're not working. We should can you give us more money to buy these things that we have to retrofit?"
Well, it's
I feel like that's just not an ask that they could get.
no, I don't. I don't necessarily think it is either. But if the problem that you're trying to solve is we don't have trains, you're not going to be solving it by, just continuing to push on Alstom. It's just not going to help.
yeah, because Alstom's not in a position where it's like they can't. Alstom doesn't have the availability right now due to their bankruptcy
Yeah.
and
Well,
all
I
of
would.
the 1,000 other orders they have for other railroads to solely focus on Amtrak and be like, hey Amtrak, let's get you fixed first.
Well,
Because
go ahead. Finish. You can finish that, obviously.
I was going to be like, because they have all of the orders for France and for Spain as well, who are
Alstom's just
at-
overwhelmed. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like the thing is like as well with like Spain and stuff. It's like at least here, like I'm thinking like from Alstom, at least here we have the Acelas operational. In stuff like Spain on their high speed lines, they have nothing running them. They are just waiting for the trains to begin service on the
And
new high speed lines.
if anything, I would say if we needed a way to, if we were maybe not if we needed a train next month, but if we really were desperate to if Alstom really isn't up to task and won't be, I would argue I feel like the best course of action would be to just threaten to take the contract away from them. Just be okay, we'll take it somewhere else. If you can't do it.
I mean, yes, I don't
Give it
disagree,
to Stadler.
but I don't
Literally,
think,
anyone
but
that could
just
do
threatening
you don't
is-
even have to necessarily do anything. Just be hey,
But
we're gonna
if-
pack our bags and take ball take our ball and go home.
Yeah, but if they're an already failing company, I threatening
Well, then you're
them-
gonna have to take it somewhere else anyway.
Yeah. So but I don't see how threatening them with that is gonna prioritize your thing, because it's well, if we don't or do get your contract, it's not gonna make it too much of a difference anyway. So we're gonna focus on the things that we need to get out first before we focus on you.
Well, and I
Well,
don't
I
even
think the
necessarily. I don't even necessarily feel like we're necessarily in line behind everything. All these different factors are working on
No, well,
different
'cause-
things.
Also, the Avalias are the basis for the other things, aren't they?
I think the other
For some
things
of
were
the
the
other
basis for the Avalia.
I
I think the French ones came first, and then it was the Avalia, then it was the Spain.
also I just want to circle back to something here real quick. French overhead French overhead electrification is usually one of two things, which is either 1500 volts DC, which obviously isn't helpful, or 25 kilovolt 50 hertz AC, which is 25 kilovolt 60 hertz AC is ours, so that's still different. And then we also have 12.5 kilovolts AC at 60 hertz and 12 kilovolts AC at 25 hertz. So the TGV currently operates on none of the three different power types that the Northeast Corridor uses. And I'm not saying that it couldn't be retrofit, but I'm saying it'd be a pain in the neck.
I was just spitballing ideas.
Yeah, no, I don't, it was an interesting question, don't get me wrong. And I'm curious to see.
I feel like, to your point, East, I feel like they could buy them from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there's somewhere that someone has designed an engine to take those power, and also it be not maybe I'm sure there's something out there.
There may be
in
something
an
out there.
emergency.
The problem is not the power. The power is a hurdle, but you can retrofit that. The problem is, will anything that is out there conform to the pretty damn rigid FRA standards of holding up on slamming into a North American freight train. And that is the problem, because virtually nowhere else deals with that kind of interoperation, or even if they do in
What about the
limited,
Talgos?
in limited capacity, they
I mean, I guess
they're just
but,
not
I
as
mean,
strict about it.
the thing is the Talgos, the power card would probably be the issue, because then you'd have to.
Well, didn't we have what about the Cascades one?
Yeah,
Are
the
those
issue
already
with
gone?
the
Deviation.
the reason
Yeah,
Only
they
the
have no
most
motor
recent
power.
sets are still in service. All the older ones have been retired, especially after that wreck.
yeah
Well, I don't think the wreck was the sole reason they were retired.
I think that was the straw that broke the camel's
it,
back.
it
Yeah.
was
That was
it
the
was the
tipping point.
cited reason anyway.
Yeah.
But there were probably a lot of things. I don't know how long those things had been in service, but yeah, I mean they I don't know how they got permission to operate. I'll be honest. I'll just throw it out there.
I'm 99% sure it was some behind the door money.
Yeah, or waivers,
Probably.
or whatever. And yeah, I mean
Yeah, and like
waivers
that's
exist.
also I'm sure
Yeah.
like if shit actually hit the fan, that some waivers would be granted for some stuff of similar safety standards. Like
I
I'm
feel
sure
like
the
at
French,
that point they would just add more Northeast Regional service or something.
Yeah, then you need more coaches.
yeah, no,
yeah,
like
that's true. Like we're in a rock and a hard
but
place.
they,
with
they also
Amtrak
need
right
more
now.
engines, which is another thing they
Well,
don't
just
have
pull
to.
the AEM-7s out of storage again.
Yeah, yeah. Take them
Uh,
out of Davisville.
Although no, I mean,
Fire up the turbo liners.
getting
Yeah, no, I feel like the turboliners are in even worse state than the AM7s.
Oh, they should get the Metroliners out of the inspection train.
Yeah.
they should
No,
get
what they
the.
should do is
go
bring
like
back the
120.
Slap the panographs back on them.
bring back the GG1s.
Yeah, I was gonna say return to reject modernity, return to
The
tradition.
Asbestos Express.
No, it's PCB. It's not asbestos. It's worse.
Oh.
It's way worse.
Oh.
It's only some forever chemicals that are in your bloodstream
Yeah.
already.
Asbestos will give you mesothelioma in 3 years. PCBs will give you cancer yesterday.
Yeah.
It's
Avelia Liberty? No, Avelia PCB.
yeah, but yeah, no, Amtrak is, and pretty much
Warbonnet.
anyone trying to do passenger procurement or anyone dealing with passenger stuff right now is between a rock and a hard place. The only stuff that's reasonably come up for sale lately has been a bunch of Comet cars, which don't really help Amtrak at all.
F40s.
Just these to Mexico.
Yeah,
Bring back the F40s.
yeah, and yeah, I mean there are some things that I'm sure Amtrak could dig out of retirement or whatever, or buy from God knows where, find an Ozark Mountain Rail car if they were in a really, really tight spot. But I feel like, I'll say this, I feel like they probably have a contingency plan, or at least they're thinking about it. They're not going.
Yeah, that's why they set aside 2 parts Ocellas.
Yeah, they're not going, well, I guess we're just screwed if Alstom doesn't come through. They're probably like, Alstom looks screwed. We need to figure something out, because if there's anything they care about, it's the Northeast Corridor.
Yeah.
And the Acellas, even more so.
Yeah, especially. I mean, that's your moneymaker. Anyway, TJ, we actually covered this last time. It just got dropped in there again, I think. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, didn't Hemlock mention this janky connection thing? Maybe
I
it
think-
wasn't on a podcast.
Updated.
Updated. Yeah. Is there any? So this is they want to run Amtrak into Windsor Station, on the other side of the river in Canada.
Oh yeah, Hem did talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the person behind it was like, hey, or the people who weren't the guy who sent it, other people from various railroads were like, hey, yeah, this isn't super concrete yet.
Hmm. Well, it would
That's
be
what I
neat.
got from
Having
reading the article.
more cross-border Amtrak stuff would be neat. So
Yes.
Yes.
he said the service would take passengers from Chicago to Toronto with stops in Detroit and Windsor. That'd be really interesting, actually.
That would be very cool.
I'm just waiting for that night train between Montreal and Boston to become real. I was explaining that to somebody at I can't remember what. Got to talking about it.
I'm waiting for the night train between Mexico City and Toronto to become a thing on the KCS, the Kansas City, the Canada.
Kansas City to Canada. That's what it's called, guys.
What's the in French? or of, I guess, in French.
Oh, I don't know of. I assume
Kansas City of Canada.
I assume the is just lay. Okay,
Kansas City,
but
Canada.
you guys go do some brainstorming about what you're taking for the latest train on Amtrak. I'm just going to cover really quickly. There is a draft. There's a series of draft changes to the rules of Terminus News. Effectively, the operation of the channel will not change, but they have to be tightened up. So there will be some changes coming down the pipe sooner or later. Hopefully within the next week or so. They just need to go through the administration or the people or whatever. Again, the operation of the channel probably won't change, but for all those listening that submit news to the Terminus podcast, thank you. And keep an eye out for whatever the differences are in the future. There might be a larger slow mode and a little bit more of encouragement to space out your news posting. So, when you see something, drop it in instead of waiting.
Encouragement, quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, yeah, encouragement.
I mean, yeah, quote unquote.
No, not quote unquote. It's encouragement in a certain direction.
I mean, slow mode is very not encouraging.
It's encouragement to space out your posting.
I mean, yeah, but it's not encouragement. Makes it sound like it's optional.
It's encouragement. Italicized.
Yeah.
Encouraging.
Like strike through.
We're kindly asking you to space out your post a little bit. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Big Brother is watching you. Space out your post a little bit.
I'm always watching you, Wazowski.
What else?
All right,
Anyway,
what are your
latest train on
picks
Amtrak
for
Is the Westbound Chief.
Westbound Chief? Okay,
Eastbound Chief.
Eastbound Chief. Okay,
Southbound Chief.
Northbound Chief.
now you guys only get one.
Eastbound Chief.
East to outbound Chief.
North by Northwest.
That's a great film.
Give
Film.
me a westbound Sunset Limited,
Okay,
if there's one.
and Brian.
First, I have to ask if there's one. Is there a California Zephyr?
Yes, they cleaned up that giant
Are
wreck.
there two?
What'd you say?
Is there two or is there just one?
There are currently 4.
Oh. I'm just gonna say.
Train on Amtrak is.
I'm just gonna say westbound, and hope that one of them is
All right, Westbound.
Actually, wait a minute.
westbound.
Can I change my
California
name?
Zephyr.
For the record, Westbound is 4 is a normal amount of California Zephyrs to have on the system at a time. Wait,
Okay.
Tyler, what were you saying?
Give me the Wolverine, actually.
The Wolverine. Oh no! Hold on, let me check if there is a Wolverine.
Actually,
The Wolverine.
I want to change my.
Oh right.
I want to choose the Amtrak Avelia.
Okay, yeah, that is definitely the latest train. The Wolverine to Chicago is 11 minutes late at Jackson, Michigan.
Oh, come on. They
It's not
jump around.
But I'll do the Southwest Chief in both directions. The Southwest Chief westbound to LA, 1 hour and 44 minutes late at Albuquerque. Southwest Chief to Chicago, 38 minutes late at Raton. And then we also have one that's 10 minutes late. That's on its way to Los Angeles. That one just left Chicago. And which California Zephyr did you want?
I said westbound.
Westbound. 10 minutes late at Grand Junction, Colorado, or 25 minutes late at Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Is that everyone's?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Let's cover some honorable mentions first. The Sunset Limited to New Orleans, 1 hour and 49 minutes late. Sunset Limited to Los Angeles, 1 hour 7 minutes late, and also the Empire Builder to Chicago, 3 hours and 40 minutes late at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That is not the latest train on Amtrak. The latest train on Amtrak is train number 92, the Silver Star to New York, currently 7 hours and 1 minute late at Richmond, Virginia.
Where'd that happen?
Let's see.
Important news.
Oh, between Tampa and Lakeland, it picked up 6 hours of delay.
Oh, then an engine must have broken down.
Or they hit someone.
I mean, I feel like if they hit someone, it'd be news. No, there's
Well,
probably a CSX engine on the head of that. Because there's literally nothing between Lakeland and Tampa except track.
They just stuck him in the siding and left him there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Classic CSX.
Congrats, you have to wait. Well, what train are we waiting for? Nothing.
Yeah,
He's-
you're waiting for the juice train. The juice train hasn't run in years.
Yeah, no, we brought it back specifically for today as like one like Jeep goes by with a boxcar.
Are you laughing
A
at the
single Tropicana.
Are you laughing at the dome or at the globe?
No, I'm laughing at my stupid termination
Oh God. Okay.
and the replies to my termination.
I need to.
All right. Hold on. I need to. Something didn't get deleted out of here as well. Let me find something that would be appropriate. Okay. Yeah. This will be my termination.
What the?
Hang on, I gotta figure out what mine is.
Oh, your termination is this, Ellis?
Yeah.
Of
Bomb.
course.
All right. Brian.
I know what
You're
my
up
termination is. Me?
Yeah,
I
you're
need
up
to
first.
find a termination.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to put it in the actual document thing. I'll figure it out. Let me just get the picture. My termination is... Oh, that's not Discord. My termination is... I am sorry for the delay. I am very sorry. Where the hell is it?
The Amtrak mobile?
No, it's not that. Although maybe that should have been. My termination is Fly SEMA.
Oh, that's nice. Is this yours?
Yep, that's my drawing.
Nice.
My first
Alright.
ever plane design.
My termination is this.
Okay. Oh, let me show the audience Fly SEMA in case the link does not work. What is your termination? Step 1. Step 2.
Got a hole in the box.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. East, what are you doing?
Inserting images.
Okay.
Taking his sweet time.
This is we're the longest part of the
Step
podcast
1.
is the end of the podcast. Step
Yes.
1. East, look at, okay, yeah.
Oh god.
This is
just
what
comment.
I was working on during
And then step 2.
step 2. God damn it. Okay. I will try to get that into the... Hold on. Let me see if I can copy it into the car, guys.
Yeah, Eastern Loco Dome, Eastern Loco versus after figuring out how the game works again.
Alright, Tyler, is this just what I think it is? Oh, it's the larger picture.
Yes.
Engine smoke is caught and cleaned. So you have to end everything.
Exactly.
I don't remember what is the context for this. I wish.
During
thank you for the
the
camps, DJ.
during the Royale, I
No,
just casually
don't.
found that. I was like, wait a minute. Oh,
You know, I just want to know what's going on in here. They're just
You
blasting
see,
out the inside
I
of the
still
engine.
need to figure that out exactly.
Is that like a drafting? Like, are they like sucking or
I'm not
blowing?
sure specifically.
I don't know, ask your girlfriend.
Okay.
Not like she
Uh,
would know if I
Anyway, some people almost went to former
Baseball bat, and
Valhalla.
I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah.
Whoa, why are you skipping over me? What the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked on yours and got distracted. Yeah, what is this?
Listen, man. This video proves that Wile E. Coyote's a fraud. Coyote Dick Riders will tell you it's all Acme. He was never in the right system. But he's got Roadrunner squared up one-on-one and he chokes. Coyote fans will attack me for this, but it's true.
All right.
And the
And my
termination.
my alternate termination is anyone who wants to watch the Las Vegas Grand Prix for cheap.
I love
Thanks
this
to
is gonna-
our
What after Las Vegas?
yeah,
Freeze.
yeah. Thanks to our socialist Las Vegas government, we have public public powered, public access municipal traffic cameras that show the sections of the
race.
circuit that are on the strip. So if you're looking to see the chaos, the disasters, the manhole covers, the empty grandstands, click on the link below.
The Max Verstappen calling for fans to tear the place down to pieces.
I forgot about the manhole cover.
The Formula One car having a blowover.
And my termination is that there was a steam locomotive in Argentina that rolled over after
It was EP.
got sleepy.
it was EP due to a washout, and it is. I am so glad this wasn't worse because it could have been way worse.
Okay.
There was a coal-fired stove in one of the cars, and also boiler explosions.
Yeah. I was about to say, but you do want it to be worse.
I mean,
because
I
dying
wasn't
with
there.
explosion. I guess this is true.
But it is, yeah, it's kind of terrifying. There's some testimony from one of the crew members. You don't want a steam engine to be upside down, just in general. I'm so glad this wasn't way worse.
I'm sure a steam engine being upside down is a very logical thing to happen.
Yeah, only in a coal dumper, only if it's Hank.
Yeah.
Very human design.
Anyway, thank you guys for coming on this episode of the Terminus podcast. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next in a couple of weeks. If you are from the U.S., have a happy Thanksgiving, because that's between this podcast and next podcast. If you're not, just, I don't know, still be glad you weren't British, and if you are British, I'm sorry.
Happy Thanksgiving to Canadians as well, I think.
Yeah.
That already
We
happened,
had
I
it
think.
back in October.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then, for
Happy
next year.
belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well you don't know. This could have been recorded in October.
Yeah, we don't know what day it is right now. Literally, we don't.
It's November 18th.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's lies. That's
Yeah, no,
government lies.
it's never November 18th.
Government conspiracy.
Hey, Brian, you out there?
I'm not going 88 miles an hour. I'm not time traveling. I know it's November 18th.
That's
Guys,
exactly
can you hear
what
a voice
someone who
that's-
was time traveling would say.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway,
I'm
thanks
moving
to
fast,
you folks. Thanks to Steve and Wes for running the local base. Without that, we wouldn't have Locomotive Versus and the trading cards. Buy trading cards. Visit our website at theironhorseman.com. And thanks to a Virtual Rail fan, although Virtual Rail fan has midstream ads on now, so I had to keep skipping those. I'm surprised that
This is
was
why we
never a
should
thing
go to
before.
hand cams.
And in case of emergency, call Conrail. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Our guys is a bitch.